Hey y'all. Hey Dawn, hey Tanisha, Cassandra, CJ. Hey girl, hey.
Hi.
Tanisha, everybody. Hey Jamil.
What's good?
What's good? We got about 5 more minutes. So I'm about to mute myself.
Do you want me to put the agenda in the chat, Leslie?
Yes, please, because that's the only way I'm gonna remember it, sis.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to everybody or just to you?
No, if you have edited it, you could just post it right there in the public chat.
Yep, I edited it according to the conversation that we were having.
Okay. I'm interested to see how many of the ladies are not going to come tonight because the guys are going to be here, but we'll see.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
I'm about to drop the link again in the group.
Yeah. And it's not going to come out like that, like I wanted to. So I'm going to not just post it in the group. I'm going to have to upload it in the group, which means I'm going to come in a different way. So I'm going to stay here, but I'm going to come in a different way too from my computer. Or you know what, the other way? I'm going to put it in our personal chat, Leslie, just so you have it in case life act crazy.
Are we gonna have to do a whole different link next week? Or are you gonna, or because if it's the same link, can't dudes just get on next week? That's why I was asking.
Ebony's like can't be on here every week with us.
That's the question.
Okay. That was a legitimate question.
I thought.
Hey, we trying to erase the sexism around here.
You can't erase so many years of history. Sorry.
Not
We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna get on the wrong foot, CJ. CJ, we ain't gonna get on the wrong foot.
I can see down. This is gonna be fun.
No, we just talk about
listen.
Oh, you don't be wanting to hear this.
Right. You want to be on here while we talking about
yes.
Yeah. No, you don't.
I want to be
we
here.
Don't want you on here while we talk about
whatever. If I'm gonna get 800% return, then I'm here to hear whatever. Y'all can
be that's funny.
So wait, we got to put the disclaimer out early because the returns are not guaranteed. This is just for entertainment.
Just so clear.
It's all good. I'll figure it out. It ain't no problem.
Entertainment purposes only, sir.
Yo, you know, most of my clients are women anyway. It's like I'm already used to what I hear all that stuff y'all be doing. It's nothing.
That doesn't give you the pass. That doesn't give you the pass.
It looked like I might be.
CJ came in with the fire, Chris.
Right. He came in with
the fire.
Wait a minute. What is
he
this?
was mad.
Real quick, I have to remember.
It's a little disrespectful, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I feel
come
like,
on.
No, I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because I only ended up in the Abacus and all that because of Leslie, right? Like, so once I saw it was Leslie, because I know Leslie personally, I was like, yeah, I'm with it. And then I felt like she just left me. You know what I mean? She just left me in the streets to fend for myself. And then all these new people I thought I was like a loyal subject here, and then she just dumped me.
I'm sorry, CJ, but it's I'm not even gonna get into that. But now we're here, and things are as they should be. So we're just gonna focus on moving forward. And
right, I told you that you need to keep that in the chat. Ain't nobody about to sit here and go through that with you, CJ. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If anything, if y'all don't bring no other men coming here, just keep me. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No, we don't need no
Oh, you
holidays.
for self, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly for self. Don't let if everybody get kicked out, I want to stay. That's what he just said.
Right.
That's what he just said.
Well,
We
let's
gotta
keep
recite
changing
that
your
when the rest of the
name
men get here so they know
because
his feelings.
Yo, they're not even coming. I'm telling you now, they ain't coming. These niggas.
They not coming. I see Ronnie right here. I see Gerald.
Ronnie here.
I heard that, CJ.
It's all good.
Oh, listen, right?
Uh-oh. You got echo?
What was that?
Leslie had
The little echo. If all goes well, then we will do this again every Sunday. I think we agreed upon like 7 p.m. We'll do something co-ed, depending on how this goes. This is like a trial run with y'all.
So here's a sexist comment. You know, men like to watch football. I know football season's almost over, but it is on Sundays and there's a couple of games. So we don't want to interfere with y'all games. So let us know if y'all interested on Sundays.
I'm gonna tell you now, right?
They gotta pick their poison.
Me.
Right.
That's
I
right.
don't watch football. So
okay.
It is nothing.
Oh, so you just ready. You just on the ready.
I'm ready to go. I don't watch football.
CJ said, I don't care about no football.
It's corny, you know?
I don't care about no football.
You right, you right.
That's right.
I got something better to do. Football can wait.
All right.
Like that more.
I just had to put it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go off topic a little bit because I don't know who's here and I don't feel like looking. So tonight we're gonna ask that the brothers introduce yourselves. Just let us know you're here because I don't feel like scrolling through this list. We still waiting for about 20 or so more ladies, I'm sure.
Ronnie Man here. I watch football, but that's not even. I live the lifestyle of a trader and investor, and I agree with everything CJ said. I'm happy to be here, and I will bring value.
All right. Hey, Ronnie.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ronnie.
Gerald Wilhite, just listening in. And I don't like football either.
What's up, Gerald? Gerald from y'all leg. Gerald used to be a pro football player. What's up, Gerald? It's your friend.
Yes, I do. How you doing, Silvio? But I still don't like football.
Okay.
Still don't like football.
Welcome, Gerald. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Robert here. Just I'm planning to add value, but I'm just listening mostly tonight.
That's all right. That's how a lot of us got started. Thanks for joining us, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
Tanisha, don't jump on Robert tonight, okay?
Is that right? That's not Robert George.
Yes, it is.
Lord Jesus, shut the meeting down. It's like, no, what's up?
What's up?
Okay, come on, guys. Usually we use this time for the new ladies who, you know, it's their first or second time here to introduce themselves. But tonight, since y'all are here, we're allowing y'all or asking y'all to do that. So just let us know your name and let us know you're here.
Corey, I'm a professional asshole. No,
bro.
Let me stop. No.
Welcome to the club.
No, man. I'm just here to add value to whatever y'all are doing. You know, this has been an all ladies club, so I can't say exactly what y'all been doing in this genre, but you know, I've heard nothing but good things, and so I came to add value to that.
Thank you. Welcome.
Man, I'm Derek. I'm actually jealous that I ain't get added to y'all women's group. I told my wife that y'all just been having fun, and every time she bring me something, I'll be like, "Where you get this from?" The women's group. I said they need to add me to it, but I'm just here to, you know, get a little input, and just meet everybody and get the interaction.
Oh, it's fun. Thank you, Derek. Where's Andrea?
Hi, ladies.
Hey, Rochelle. So look, guys, if you're on, just let us know you're here, your name, so forth.
Yeah. This is Money Mac. I've been following with Leslie for a while. I'm here to soak up all the good knowledge that we all share. And thank you for welcoming me to the ladies group.
Y'all are welcome. Who else?
I just checked in late, Les. What's going on? It's Jimmy. Corey's partner from By the Hood. I'm just here to build with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, add value however we can and, continue to build.
I'm excited.
Hey, brother Corey, I like that hat, bro. I need to get that. Let me know where I can get one of them hats.
I was just going to say the same thing. I like the hat, and I'm trying to get my hair just as long as yours because I'm trying to get the ponytail. So
This is my quarantine cut, man. Or
yeah,
lack thereof.
that's the dope shit.
So we got these brother Demario Daily made these at with Right By You Prince. He got the logo already there. So if you go
we can plug you in with him. Yeah.
We'll plug you in.
I fuck with bro. I'll get one.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All good.
So now that we have ladies that are part of By the Hood, will we have women's hats as well?
Hey, listen, we can do whatever. Like I said, whatever y'all want to do, we here to build as much as possible. So just to give you a little background, so I've been, doing this for a while. Corey and I partnered up a couple of years ago. So me and Corey grew up together, went to high school and the whole nine. But I was doing By the Hood as a kind of a community organization. So I would go out, speak to the community, speak in prisons and things like that. And Corey was great at education. He knew how to write lesson plans. So, I approached him like, listen, I need a partner and someone that can bring the education piece to what I'm doing. And, based upon that, we created a lot of different educational platforms. We have a summer camp for kids that we've been going on 5 years straight, which is free in the community. And we transitioned everything online. So the reason we started creating courses was really as a way to, when you go out and talk to folks, as a way to be able to get the information now that we can't really be in the streets. So that's kind of how that thing started. It's been growing like crazy. So we have several hundred people that have come through. We created the Facebook community just as a way to exchange information. And we've partnered with a lot of folks, people in cryptocurrency, the options market. So our whole thing is, it's not even about us, it's about community. Because when By the Hood first started, it was really about real estate and kind of stocks, but it kind of transitioned from the hood, meaning by the neighborhood, to buying into each other. So when we say hood, we mean Black folks buying into each other. And so our thing isn't even about us. There's no ego here. If you guys are already in a group, we want you to share as much as possible. If you have your own business, even if your business is something that we do, we don't care, because we're about building, and we want people to actually succeed more than us. So our whole thing is about community. It's about Black folks, and it's about building together any kind of value we can add. But we're also here to learn as well. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and I learn from Leslie all the time. Leslie helped me get the bag. So whatever she say, I'm listening.
Yeah. Let's go.
So guys, before we go any further, I think there might be some women. Sorry.
Did we lose you, Dawn?
She muted herself, I think. But any more guys?
I was having a reverberation issue. So I just wanted to let y'all know that there are probably some new women on, because I know at least one or two are coming because I invited.
Okay. So 3 more minutes, maybe 5 more minutes. If anybody is brand new or is back for the first time in a long time, just chime in, say hello, let us know your name so that we can engage you in the conversation.
I'm Rachel. I'm back for the first time in a long time. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
What's going on, Rachel?
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hi, my name's Benita, the sister of Adrian. It's been a very, very long time since I've been on the call. Hello to everyone.
Hello. Welcome back, Benita.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm Adrian.
My name is Maurice. This is my first time. Just to get some information and listen in what you guys are doing.
Ooh, welcome, Maurice. I'm excited. I could tell this is going to be a really powerful co-ed webinar. Real quick, I don't know. if somebody could check the chat, I see that the messages are building up in there, but I want to take this opportunity to kind of piggyback off what Jimmy said. But first, I want to welcome everybody, new people, regulars, to the webinar tonight. And yeah, I'm gonna segue right into what Jimmy said. Like, everything that Jim talked about is just the energy that I brought into this when I decided to start talking to people about the stock market a year ago. So what I appreciate about By the Hood University is the collaborative nature, the collectivism, and just that absence of competition and that crab in the barrel stuff. So I'm very, very happy to have them here. And I feel like now is a good time, I'm kind of random, to just let everybody that may not already know that Black Day Trader, the Black Day Trader, is now partnering with By the Hood University. And we will be promoting their courses exclusively. If you're interested in introducing your family or friends to the stock market and this information, now is the best time, because instead of telling them that they got to buy a $600 90-hour course, you can actually tell them that they could buy a $200 10 or 12-hour course. And I just feel like that's another way that By the Hood removes the barriers that I've experienced talking to people about this information. So guys, if you have anything specific other than what Jimmy already said that you want to talk to everybody about By the Hood University, you can go ahead and do that now. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for anybody that wants to check out what they have to offer at BTHU.
All right.
Talk about the group. I forgot to talk about the group and kind of what the process is once they engage with you guys through your website.
Yeah, so anyone can become an affiliate. And once you're an affiliate, any of our courses, you get 50% back from any sale. So our thing in terms of the course wasn't really to make a bunch of money. So we want to keep our costs low because we know the barrier to entry, specifically when talking to our folks, we know how that is. So we condense the information. It's still the same great information that you're accustomed to, but it's a little bit shorter. It's about, we have intro to precious metals, which is something else that we do that really no one else in the marketplace is doing. So when it comes to the investors in our group, we specialize in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, and cryptocurrency. So right now, in terms of the coursework, we have Intro to the Stock Market, which is a $99 course. We have Stock Market Analysis, which is a $149 course. But what we're pushing is the combo course. So wait for people to get both. You get both of those courses, and you get a discount by buying the combo course. But then you also have the precious metals course as well. And we gave a specific deal, to Leslie and the Black Day Trader. Anybody who comes through her can get the whole package for about $200. So you get intro to precious metals as well as both of the stock market courses, because we felt that would be a great price point when you're out there talking to folks in order to, get involved. Now, we also have the Facebook group. And like I said, some of you are already a member of the Facebook group. Within the group, we just try to provide as much value as possible. We talk about specific trades. We have all sorts of information about metals, about cryptocurrency. And one of the newer things that we bring into the group now is on Sundays, we have a group of elite traders who come on and we talk about a trade for the next week. We have what's called a $1 million challenge, where we're taking $1,000 and trying to grow it into $1 million within 1 year. So anybody who was on that call on Sunday already knows how valuable it can be. Based upon what we've put out just in the first call, which was the Etsy trade, which is already up, gazillion percent. Some of you have probably already made money on that. So that's kind of what we're doing in a group on Sunday. But during the course of the week, we're also putting in information. And we want you guys to help out as well. If you have any trades, information, things you want to talk about, questions, because there's a lot of experts within that space who are on that page, who are looking to, help and build together, because everything that we do is collaborative, right? So it's all about community. So we don't even deal with folks that come with the ego and all that. We want to build together.
Yeah, and the other thing is that the people that we have in there, all they care about is helping people get from wherever they want it, wherever they at to where they're trying to go, right? So it's people in there that they don't have to be there. Like, Les don't have to be there. Jim don't really have to do this. You know what I mean? So the thing about that is is that when people are doing it because they want to do it, you get a better vibe. You know what I mean? Nobody's there, like nobody feels forced to be there and to do anything. And so, and the other thing is, like Jim said, we rather say that we did it than I did it, right? So that's the approach we take. You know what I mean? That's why we started the $1 Million Challenge. That's why we collaborated with other people. Everything that we do is collaborative because we did it sounds way better than I did it, right? So I did it is I you know I'm in the mental health field, right? And so the one thing I recognize about I is two things. I is the responsibility word, and it's also the narcissist word. And so when you hear I a lot, that's when you know that what's going on from that, you know, in that space. Either that person is taking responsibility or that person is taking credit. And so that's what we try to do. We try to say we did it instead of I did it. Because we there's nothing narcissistic about what we're doing. We're not doing it as a vanity project. We're doing it to really help people get to where they're trying to go.
I can't contain myself over here. Like that's my energy. And that's why I'm excited about what we got going on right now, tonight, and just in general for the future. Like I feel like this is a good fit. So I dropped the Buy the Hood link in the chat, but if anybody has any questions about my transition or what your transition may look like, if you should decide to do so, feel free to message me or message Jasmine right now or when the webinar is over or whatever. And then I just want to give the disclaimer that what typically happens, guys, is we stay on here until about 11 o'clock at night. So what I told the ladies is that we just gonna play it by ear. But at some point, usually at 8 o'clock, but maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on how the conversation goes, the ladies are going to stay on and do what we usually do on Tuesday nights. Once we stop talking about stop.
I have it on the regular.
With that said,
we have both Carolyn and Tanita here. So it depends on who you are. It's Carolyn.
Can I say something real fast? Because I saw a question.
Sure.
I just saw a question in the chat. So the regular if you go to Buy the Hood on Facebook, that regular page, that's our business page. Because another thing I didn't mention is we have a podcast that's been going for a while where we talk to nothing but Black entrepreneurs. So I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen that. Leslie's actually been on there before. So if you actually just look up Buy the Hood, that's the page you'll see is for it's the overall business page. The Buy the Hood University is something separate. That's a private group that you have to get invited into. So that comes like once you take any of the course, what happens is at that point you'll get an email which will ask you for your Facebook link so you can get added to the group.
Okay, real quick, I just want to say this because I forgot that there are so many Buy the Hood members on here that what I should actually have been telling you guys to do is when we're done here, go to the person who invited you, go to their Facebook page, and their Buy the Hood link should be there. So much of a we person. What's next, Dawn?
Hold on, hold on one second. Somebody needs to mute their phone.
Right. I was getting ready to say, who was that?
I'm gonna hit a mute all. And then whoever's talking.
All right.
Okay.
Can I quick question real quick?
Go ahead.
Unmute yourself, Tyrone.
I was about to say, damn, I was talking in it.
Right.
So my question is, how does one become an affiliate with the Buy the Hood? I mean, I've seen you guys stuff for a long time, and like if I had heard that what you just said about like how y'all not trying to make a bunch of money off of it, and you're really about trying to get the culture into the market, like I probably would have been selling the joint since last year.
Facts. Tyrone, you can get my link off my page when the webinar is over, bro.
Okay, got you.
Yep.
So the next part is the
disclaimer.
Yeah, because we've done all the questions and we've gotten all the information.
Carolyn, Tanita, whoever is available.
Where's she at?
I'm here.
Step up, sis. Do your thing. Come on.
All right. Now, as we do every Tuesday, please be advised that all information shared within this discussion is absolutely just that, information. By no means are we advertising the sale, the transfer, or the or the sale or transfer of any security under any type of situation. All investment incurs risk. Please do your due diligence and stay safe in these financial streets.
Basically, don't put anything in there that you don't want to lose, that you can't afford to lose, basically.
Right.
That
Don't
part.
do the rent
don't
money,
blame
people.
us.
Right. It ain't our
That part.
fault.
That part. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you do your work and may the odds
None of-
ever be in your favor.
Okay,
and
so I'm gonna get this out real quick. Our next thing on our agenda is that we jump right into talking about stocks. So I'm gonna give y'all a gift, and then I'm gonna mute myself. B as in boy, T as in Tom, C as in cat, S as in Sam. I'm up 800% since last week. So y'all want to look at that chart, find yourselves an entry and buy some of that. And the all-time high was 22,500. I think it's about $1.70 or so right now. Those are the kind of stocks that I like to buy. So do with that information as you will. And I'm gonna mute myself.
I am up 600.
Yeah, I'm up.
On that one, I'm up 600%.
So the
So I
tickers,
recommend that was a good one.
So what I'm
Right.
gonna do when we're talking about we're calling out stocks in here, I'm gonna just put the ticker in the chat. So when you're talking about the stock,
Thank
just
you.
slow down a little bit so I can make sure I get it phonetically correct. So that was B as in boy, T as in Tom, C as in Charles, and S as in Sam. I put it in chat. So I'm gonna try to keep up with the tickers. So slow down a little bit so I can type the little letters. All right.
You said the all-time high was 22,000?
I think it was actually closer to 25,000, but I like to under promise and over deliver.
Oh.
We'll just say
okay.
it.
Wow.
We'll
okay.
just
They
say
got a lot of
bye-bye.
room
We
there.
just say we got room.
All right.
Oh yeah, a lot. A lot. I like it.
A lot of
I want to make sure that wasn't no error.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all one more, and I'm gonna type it in the chat to Tanisha.
Oh, you showing out, huh?
I'm trying, it's about
she
adding
giving up the
value tonight.
information.
And
Plus,
you gonna put
I'm
that was a good one
on this one now, so I feel like I could give it out. DMGGF. I don't know. The all-time high is high. I don't know how high it is, but that's another one that you should invest in if you look at all the metrics and decide that you want to. All right, I'm shutting up.
You ain't got to. I mean,
I want to look at the all-time high. I don't remember, but I'm in that one.
I don't either. Yeah, I'm in that one too.
I feel like we up pretty nicely on that one too.
I can pretty much tell you. Yeah.
All right, I lie about muting myself. If anybody that's new or newer has questions, we don't want to make it seem like we're just on here having a conversation. So we're gonna give y'all the floor if any of you guys have questions or anything that you want to say before we keep going with these stock tickers, or if you have a stock ticker that you want us to talk about.
So for those that you mentioned, Leslie, are those the ones that we need to use Fidelity or TD for only?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like those are gonna be those over-the-counter stocks that you can only buy on the like big platform. So you can get them on E-Trade, Fidelity, TD, and Schwab.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little lesson in that, and y'all gonna have to break it down. I just like to jump in and say stuff. But Crystal, you probably could say it better than I can. But can we just explain that for the people that are on here and don't understand the difference? Because a lot of people starting out and they start out with a Robinhood, and you're not gonna find. I don't even think either one of these on Robinhood. So when they're talking about, and there may be some stocks that we talk about you're not gonna be able to find. So over the counter means they're not on Robinhood, and I don't know why. So somebody else will have to jump in and say why, but there are tickers that are not on Robinhood, and I think it's for a reason. So just for people that don't know.
So over the counter is basically a stock that's not traded on an exchange like NYSE, NASDAQ, etc. So it's more, you think about those a little more as a hand-to-hand type of trade in a sense, not exactly, but in a sense. So they're typically more high risk. They're not as monitored, as heavy, but those are also where most companies kind of start before they take off too. So.
Thank you, Tanita.
So when we talk about the stocks that Leslie was just talking about, they are over-the-counter stocks. OTC is over-the-counter. And they said basically they're the hand-to-hand stocks, as Tanita explained. And so just so you guys will know, most of us, when we got the tickers or the information, we're up. Like I know for GMGGF, I'm up overall about 97, almost 100%. And for BTCS, I'm up like 500% overall. So yeah.
How long have you been in those?
Oh, I've been in
It's been a
them
week.
maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. DMGGF a week.
I don't.
Not even.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I was about to say I don't think that we've been in those long.
Not a week.
It's not a week.
I got in BTCS after y'all did because I missed it. But
so BTCS, I know I've been in there at least 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks.
Just FYI, everybody that is not familiar with these stocks already, they are just one of like 110 or so stocks that are on our 2 reports, the blockchain and 5G report and the genomics report. So those are
which are fire, by the way. Those reports.
So that's
fire.
I bought both of those joints. Yeah, they fire as hell.
They fire.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. That motivates me to keep doing them. Derek said he up 113%. So again, if you want those, get them from the person who sent you here's page. And if anybody wants an affiliate link, message the person that sent you here. But that's it. Come on, y'all. Give us some.
I got one.
I got one too.
Green Power Motors. So Green Power.
And just real quick.
What's the ticker?
I don't
GP.
want people. So just quick. I don't want you to think just because they are not on a major exchange or whatever.
Exchange.
Because like Tesla just made it onto the thing. So like don't think about it like, oh, like it's super risky because it's not listed somewhere, blah blah. No, like these are good companies. They are still like solid choices. It's just that they're just not going to be like listed on the like Russell or something like that. So I just wanted to just like make that note.
Wait, let me say real quick too that at least for tonight, because there's so many different levels of experience on the webinar, I'm guessing those are things that, number one, you could definitely learn in By the Hood University, or we could discuss individually. Like if I invited you here, or if your connection is to me, then message me and we'll talk. I'll explain to you guys or arrange a time to explain to you guys about over the counter or anything like that. Stephanie, go ahead. What's your question?
Hello?
Yep.
Okay. So I've been hearing like a buzz about space stocks.
Okay,
or
one
SPAC.
second. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's talking about specs. Let me hold on because I cut Corey off. So once Corey finishes telling us what Green Power Motor is, then we'll get into specs.
So Green Power Motor is an EV company, and that's a space that's getting a lot of buzz. But the reason why I like Green Power Motor is because they already got vehicles on the road. So they're not like Nikola where they got just a concept. They have proof of concept on the road and they're getting that money already. And so I like to look at companies that are already have proof of concept and is working. And they just got new contracts for like school buses and all that kind of stuff. So they adding contracts and they're already a leader in the field. So I like to look at companies like that as growth companies. Like that's how I found Plug and Roku and all of those companies. I look at market share and then if they can grow that market share. And so Green Power Motors has a great market share because it's a Canadian company. And so they got a giant head start on the EV side for them. And for a pop, I was looking at DraftKings, and it might not be new, but the Super Bowl coming up. And so if you're looking for something that might pop, DraftKings might pop coming up on the Super Bowl.
Oh, facts.
And so the
Yes.
the ticker for DraftKings for the new people.
DKNG.
DKNG.
Thank you.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, and whenever you
looking
guys,
on DraftKings.
girl, if you could look, if you make a if you guys put in a ticker, I mean, put in a stock, please make sure you remember to put the ticker in, or at least say the ticker out loud so Tanisha can put the ticker in.
I'm sorry about
I
that.
think you're trading around 50.
We got the tickets covered.
Okay. So
specs. Come on back,
But
Stephanie.
I think that she meant space.
I think she meant
though, right? Space. So
did
like,
you mean space or did you mean specs?
Specs.
No, space. I think the
Yeah. So
there's
like,
SPCE or something like that.
yes, like SpaceX. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
X, or she's talking about Virgin Galactic.
I was about to say that. Is she talking about
Oh,
Virgin Galactic?
Yeah.
You talking about Virgin Galactic? SPC. So what you're talking about is how they just did a test and they actually flew around. Is that what you're talking about? Because they did do a takeoff, a run around, a fly around.
Yeah, I think I seen the article. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trading around 25 25 ish.
They're at 26.66 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reserve my opinion.
Listen, y'all know I'm over here in the corner. Don't get me started.
Nah, no, you
I
need
was
to come
waiting
out
for
the corner right
Carolyn.
now
I was
because this
waiting
is
for
your
Carolyn.
specialty.
This is your
Listen,
space.
I ain't messing
You
with
are the
Virgin
Martian.
Galactic because I'm not messing with Virgin
Here we
Galactic.
go.
Branson been talking about going to Mars longer than I've been alive. He ain't never had to tech all of a sudden. Now Tesla start running around talking about how they tech gets stolen. SpaceX talking about they tech might have been sideswiped. And now all of a sudden Virgin Galactic got a piece of can that can get off the ground. Like, please. I'm not like, I understand that he want to be worry about the management of his company so they don't get bought up by Delta and focus on that.
She low key called Sir Richard Branson a thief. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Hey y'all. But listen,
Hey.
that doesn't mean she can't take advantage of the run up. If you know how to trade options, you can still take advantage of just the news, the speculation.
Right.
I do
Oh,
because
yeah,
I have a couple of
Right. I don't
SPCE
like
calls.
Tesla, but I'm still gonna trade it.
Right, I'm still gonna trade
Baby.
it. So
My
you
personal
can take
feelings about
advantage
the
of
whole
the run up.
situation. My personal feelings about the whole situation does not negate the fact that I will make a bag, but it
Let's
will.
be aware, guys, of the fact that everybody here is not an options trader.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. But what it will do is it will affect how long I will be focused on these companies because I know in the long term, if they don't have a sustainability model, they're not going to be able to compete with SpaceX, especially we're talking about trying to get to a colonized thing on Mars. I mean, first let's get them to the International Space Station and then we can talk about the rest of it.
But don't they have different goals though overall? Like, because one SpaceX is more like government contracts and stuff like that, whereas Virgin Galactic is supposed to be more of a niche group that's for sending rich people to.
Listen, let me just say that I think Tesla is for everybody.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. SpaceX was into government contracts until they got into bed with Elon Musk, and now they're going to Mars. Party on Mars.
That's a government contract though, still.
I could just tell y'all I'm not
Which
going
just
to
makes
Mars,
them
so
more
I don't care. I just
attractive.
want to make some
I'm not
money.
going to Mars. I have no
I'm
desire
not
to
trying
be
to go
up
to
there.
Mars. Like,
They have
exactly.
a
I have no
government
desire.
contract because they have the satellites. Y'all got to remember they trying to pull up Skylink at the same time too. You know, we getting ready to go Terminator and Total Recall at the same time. Starlink has the satellites. That's why they have the government contract. All of that is still under the SpaceX Tesla umbrella. All the same thing to me.
So what questions did you have? Did that help you or answer your question, Stephanie, about SPCE?
Heck no.
Heck no.
I
just want to
say
ask
that was just like information overload. I don't think that she got a question answered at all.
I'm just trying to say,
no,
did
that
it
ain't
answer a question? What was the question? How can we help you with
what was
that?
the question?
Right. What was the
really
question?
wasn't a question. I just wanted to know what your feedback was about it.
Oh,
I think we
so
definitely provided.
Stephanie, are you trading options at all, or where are you? I guess would probably be a better question of where are you in the process? Like, are you just trying to find research about long term companies that you want to hold? Are you looking for options? What are you trying to do with that?
In my CO2 phase. I
Okay.
mean, my CO20 phase.
okay. Yes, 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 20. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I do options. I skipped that part. I don't know. It comes natural to me.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I mean, if you're talking about you're trying to trade it for an option, like you said, since there's a lot of speculation about what's happening, you can definitely, get a call for the run up, just based off of the speculation. But you, of course, need to pay attention to see when things are gonna, drop off when they do. But I mean, I think that's the best advice any of us can give you is to just do the research and see what's best for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would look at the chart. I would look at the daily. Then after the daily, I would look at the 4, the 2, the 15, the 10, and the 5, and just kind of get an idea of where everything is, and then decide from there.
Okay, listen,
Can you run that back though?
more people than there usually are here. So let's try to throw out tickers. If anybody has tickers, let's just throw them out real quick so the guys don't end up leaving before we really get to the good stuff.
Okay.
I got one. I got one. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Which guy?
Yeah, MGTI. That's one of the ones that I kind of missed out on. It was at like 14 cent. I want to say it was like yesterday or something like that. It was on my list, but I didn't even get to it. And then today, of course, it jumped up to 22 cent. So I think it's I haven't really done my research on it because that's why it was on my list in the first place, because I was scooping up a whole bunch of other ones. But as far as like a penny stock, do your research report, because I haven't done my research. I'm not giving you advice or anything like that. But
do you
I
know
don't
what
know if anybody else is in MGTI,
type of business? What type of company is it?
It seemed like it seemed like at first glance like it's like a BTC investment company, almost like a trust, BTC trust type company.
Okay.
And it seemed like it's correlates with the movements of BTC. But again, I haven't done all my research, but I didn't know if you guys might be in MGTI already and you were able to catch the run up to 22 cent, because it did drop. It did go up from 14 cent to 22 cent. What's that? So that's a
So MGTI is MGT. Yeah, MGT Capital Investments Incorporated is a Bitcoin miner. The company is involved in mining Bitcoin and Ethereum, and whereby the company earns revenue by solving blocks to be added to the blockchain. So they are a Bitcoin and Ethereum miner. Yeah, and they own approximately and operate 7,000 Bitmain rigs and 50 graphics processing units based on Ethereum mining machines. So they will do both. So they're kind of in both pockets, which is pretty cool. Right now they're trading for 21 cents and they got no options, people. Just saying.
Oh, look, we got Zoom in the chat, and then someone else asked, how are y'all researching these penny stocks? And I'm more than glad to share how I look at penny stocks, but I would prefer that one of the other seasoned traders start.
So I can say how I do it. I'm not as seasoned as most people, but I can tell you how I do it.
Go ahead.
So basically, first of all, I look at what's emerging in the industry. Like that's where I got Hexo, HEXO. That's where I got that one. That's where I got Hive, HVP, HVB like boy, T like Tom, F like Frank. That's where I got Hive. That's where I got Sundial, SNDL. That's where I got my other one.
What is your process for finding?
So Hive and Hexo, Hive is associated with blockchain. Sundial and Hexo Hexo is marijuana. Sundial is emerging market, which is energy. So I look for the smaller players that have the large market in a whole. Don't be mad at Hexo, Stephanie. They about to come back. Just get in line. Anyway, so just, just I actually look for the ones that I know where the growth is going to be, and I get in where I fit in that matter. So I look at the companies, the big boys. So I looked at CGC to find Hexo, right? I looked at the other ones that were big in the industry and found the smaller ones. And from there, I kind of mapped out their own market share. Like as far as Hive is concerned, Hive is like one of the only ones, if I'm not mistaken, Hive is one of the only ones in their industry. Oh no, that's not them, it's Hexo. Hexo is one of the only ones in their industry that does what they do in the way that they do it. So even though they were having some issues, they're, first of all, in the cannabis market, they do medical cannabis, and they do products that are connected to the peripheral products. So that's why I got them. I also got let me look at my other one, because I got the breathalyzer from there as well. Just looking at the industry.
BLOZF.
That's
Yes,
that's where I got my breathalyzer stock. See, because I was looking at the industry and what was coming up, and I realized that, okay, the reason why they need a breathalyzer. Oh, they can't take people to jail if they under the influence of marijuana right now, because they can't test for that. Oh, okay. So now there's a test for that. Oh, let me get some of that stock. How many companies do it? Oh, only one in the whole world? Oh, bruh, let me get that stock. So that's kind of how it comes around for me.
Okay, so I want to just go back over some other tickers that came in while you were talking, Dawn. So does anybody know about ZOM? That's not Zoom. That's something else that I've heard of, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm reading. It's a healthcare micro cap. Looks like they operate within. Looks like it's like
animal pharmaceuticals.
Animal pharmaceuticals, yeah. Which how. I mean, like, how we feel about animals in America.
I'm gonna say just look at Chewy.
Hypothyroidism.
But this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
they do stuff. Animal pharmaceuticals.
Animal pharmaceuticals. They
Listen,
deal with,
I worked with this white lady. And it ain't none of them here, so I'm gonna be candid. I worked with this white lady that would spend $38,000 and mortgage her house for a horse or a dog to have surgery. So now that I know what they do, I'm gonna buy some Zom tomorrow.
There is health insurance for dogs and stuff. Like, and they will pay for it. So I'm looking at
talking
this.
trash about people buying health insurance for their dogs. Them damn things expensive.
As a matter of fact,
so
anybody that wants to, this is one of the other benefits of this webinar is that you can still buy after hours. So I'm about to go buy Zom right now.
That's what I'm doing right now.
What are you on, Webull? You on Webull?
No, Fidelity.
No, I'm on Fidelity.
Oh, I mess with TD. Okay.
Yeah, you can still do it. It's a limit order overnight, but you can still do it. You can put it in so that in the morning it'll just be in your account. That's what we do while we're here. We just go buy stock.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what was the name of that marijuana test company? Do a limit order?
I'm sorry, what?
TD,
that was too
you can
many
also
questions.
do a limit order overnight as well.
You can do a limit order overnight. It won't execute to the morning. You can't do a market order overnight. So it won't, because they won't allow you to do a market order overnight. You can do a limit order anytime, but it just won't.
Oh, but it won't execute till tomorrow morning. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If you have after hours, if you have extended hours trading on TV, you can do it.
Right. I was thinking I could really. I got you.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What was the ticker on that company that test for marijuana again?
So the
BLOZF.
B
as in boy. Oh, go ahead.
BLOZF.
Yes.
Yeah.
BLOZN.
No, F like Frank.
F like Frank.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
It's Cannabix Technology Company.
So we have a question in the chat from Makai.
Mache.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You good?
He wants to know how we are researching these penny stocks. Because he don't want to be out here. That's a good question. Very good question.
So if you have my latest report, the genomics report, Billionaire Babies, you might have heard it referred to as, look at the last page, and that'll give you some insight into what I'm looking at. And you kind of got a little bit of it at the beginning of the call when I talked about where things were relative to their all-time highs. So one of the things that I'm looking at with these penny stocks is, okay, we a penny down, but let me see where we've been. And then if I see like we at $1 or below $1 right now, but we were at a few $1,000s or even a few $100s before, then I want to go try to see why. What happened? What are they doing? What were they doing? Does it seem like there's the potential there for them to reach for them all-time highs or even exceed those all-time highs? So that to me is very, very important. I try to look at the financials, but a lot of times those are sketchy or just not available. So I can't really consider that. But to my credit, even with not going 100% by the book in terms of the metrics and what some of you may be learning with penny stocks, pretty good. Like some of the stuff that we talked about earlier in the call that was up 800 and 500%, Riot, Marathon, BCS are up hundreds and thousands of percents. And what I also like about them and what I also consider is the amount of risk. There's almost no risk. I could go buy 1,000 shares for $100, or I could go buy a pair of shoes tomorrow. I'm gonna buy them 1,000 shares, and then in 6 weeks or 6 months, I could buy 8 pair of shoes.
Yeah. So the other thing that piggybacking on what Les said is like I like to go to the websites, right? So if I see a ticker and I'm interested, I'll go to the websites. I'll read, because really what I'm interested in is their market share, right? And so I try to read all of the stories. I try to get on. I try to get on their website. I try to go to everywhere that they've been and try to find out information on them, right? I try to find out if they got contracts. Do they have any proprietary, anything proprietary that somebody else doesn't have, right? So I just be digging. I be every single place. I be Googled out. I be on their website. So I be tracking that company. I'm like a stalker. When I, I'm like a dog on the scent when I'm trying to find out about what's going on with it. So you really just gotta, dig in and do your due diligence if you really want to find out about.
Hold on 1 second. I'm about to mute everybody.
How do you know when to get out? Sorry about that.
Bring yourself back in. Hold on 1 second, guys.
I'm gonna answer that.
Go ahead, Les, or Michelle.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of piggyback off what Corey said. I always say, especially when I'm talking to people about their circle of 20 and doing stock analysis, consider the things that if you were looking for a loan from them, they will be digging into about you. They want to look at your finances. They want to look at your association sometimes because they want references. Everything that they looking at when they loan you money is what you want to be looking at with them. Because essentially what we're doing is loaning them our money. Oh, I was muted all that time?
No, you weren't.
No,
We
you
heard
were
you. We heard
talking.
you.
We just you just got me that.
So now to Michelle's question, real quick, is the biggest thing for me is if the stock is $1, which a few of them are $1 or less, and the all-time high is in the hundreds or thousands, then that's how I know when to get out. You know what I mean? When we get close, if like one of them BTCS, the all-time high is 23,000, then I'm intending to get out above 23,000. And because 1,000 of them are like $100, I can wait. I just kind of tuck that money over there, forget about it, and I wait. And if I lose $100, I've lost a lot of $100. So I'm not, but the risk reward ratio on things like that is tremendous.
Also, if you feel like if you bought 100 of them or 1,000 of them, you can like Les said, you buy 1,000 of them for $100. You can take 100 of them off the top, get your money back, and then you all grade. So you could. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You know what I mean? If you got 1,000 of them, you can sell 100 of them. Now you got 900 of them, and you can still wait. You know what I mean? Like it's at the prices that she's talking about buying at. it makes it easier to be able to get it done.
Right.
And some of them, just to piggyback off that, some of them, like for me, I have one company, they gonna prod me out my cold dead hands. That's when I'm getting out.
Okay. Dawn,
They
I
gonna
gotta
prod
give
you
Dawn
me
her
out.
props for
Out
telling
my
us
on
about
it.
them.
dead
Yes.
hands. Okay.
Because that's another one. And like I say, it's not always me. Dawn gave us Jumaya. I got to be up a good 1000% by now.
Baby.
Yeah, I was stalling
I'm
and
just
dragging my
trying to
feet like
say.
I ain't going, and now I'm mad as hell. But
It
I'm
was
here.
$7 when I got in, $6 or $7, baby. It's 40 something right now and going up again. You will pry that out my cold dead hands.
Listen, anybody else got any more tickers?
So we got some in the chat, Leslie.
Okay.
So Sincere put in SANP is connected to ADA. It's a mining company and RFID products. You want to talk about that, Sincere?
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick on SANP. I don't know if Bro gonna chime in or not, but this is the one and only thing that it took to attract me to that stock. I could get 1 million of them for $900. The all-time high was $11. I don't need it to get to $11. When it gets to $1.10, I'm gonna sell my 1 million shares. And I hope that y'all got everything y'all need from me because it's a wrap.
Yo.
That's all facts.
Okay, Leslie, we understand.
But that's the way that you got to think about these, though. Like that easy. It's just that easy.
It's that easy, right?
Sincere, go ahead,
all we need is
bro.
$1.10. Like that's it.
Now, Leslie, when you said that, I was like, what? And then I looked at it, I was like, oh,
baby.
Okay. I was like,
right?
I'm about to get
I'm
these.
mad though because I went through so much just for it. So it's
Did you
gotta
get it
reach
yet?
that dollar
I have not
and
gotten
10
it
cents.
yet.
Like
I
I'm
can't get
stressed
it.
about trying to get that.
Listen, when we first learned about crypto, when we took the Abacus crypto course, right? Mr. T used to say, and these remind me so much of cryptocurrency, and I really find myself like gravitating towards the penny stocks. But Mr. T used to say that, like, for example, you buy 20 of them, and out of 20 of them, 5 of them are going to do so well that if the other 15 bomb, it will not even matter. And that's how I have come to look at penny stocks, especially since my introduction to penny stocks was the blockchain report. And just to give you a reference and remind you, Riot and Marathon were on the blockchain report and they were both under $1. And that was only in April. So if you don't know about crypto stocks, that might be a good course or a good study for learning about how to approach penny stocks, because that's how I approach them.
Okay.
And just for reference, what prices are those two stocks at currently?
Girl, I ain't no idea. I just know up so much.
So Riot is
was around
24.22. Riot is 24.22, and Mara. Where's my Mara? Because I got them both. People open their mouths and drop the jewels. We don't play. Mara is 40 something. 40 something? No, 55.
No, not yet. Not yet. I wish.
26.15.
Okay.
Girl.
No, it's 25.16.
25.16. Oh yeah.
I'm about to say, girl, like why I'm talking to y'all then if they at 50 something.
She said, why am I
So somebody
talking
asked, what I think is a really good question is,
why am I talking to y'all?
I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I'm gonna give you an honest response to that because I didn't know no better at the time. I was buying my options and selling them like you do with any other thing. I don't know.
We both did. That's what I'm crying about.
No, somebody that bought that report made like $40,000 on options. They exercised the options. They got the stock for like $2. And then they turned around and made $140,000 in one day off the pre-release stocks from the genomics report.
My God.
You not selling options?
Huh?
You said you don't sell them, so you work options, they go up, and then you actually exercise it and buy the underlying stock?
Sometimes.
Wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
I mean, but that's smart though, because if you have bought like an option
$44 stock at $2.
Stock for $3 at $2, right?
Yep.
So like that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
and these are all conversations that I want us to start to delve more into again, because I recognize that there are people from so many different experience levels. But we gonna get into all this because there's no excuse with all of this knowledge. 74 people, and I know personally a lot of them that are just magnificent traders, magnificent investors. We got real estate on the call, we got credit on the call, we got options on the call, we got penny stocks on the call, and probably some I said real estate,
precious metals.
We got gold and silver and diamonds hopefully on the call. Diamonds on the call too? Please say yes.
Diamonds, so
checking in.
Please say
I
yes.
got a couple questions in the chat, ladies. So I don't want anyone to be omitted. There's a question here, Leslie, if you, or anybody, I guess, who could answer it. Says, would you set a limit for all? I'm sorry. Would you set a limit for at sale on the SNAP? SANP?
If I were following the rules, yes, absolutely.
Then there's another
for
question.
half of them, I'll say this: I would set a $1.10 limit for half of them.
That's following the rules.
Where exactly are you finding the all-time
Exactly. And
high?
I was
So
gonna say I'm not a rule follower, so I wouldn't set one. I'm
when I'm able
like,
to, the question is, where exactly are you finding an all-time high of a stock? I usually have to, and if somebody has a better way, please let me know. I go look at a chart and I'll put 12-month candles on a chart, and that will usually allow me to see the stock from its inception to present day, and then I go based off that.
All right, I'm stuck. So I need to go back to this options joint. So so when the option does what it needs.
Michelle, I cut you off. Hold on 1 second, baby. I'm so sorry. I had to mute everybody so everybody can hear what your question is. So go ahead. You got the floor. Unmute yourself.
No problem. So back to this options thing. Like, I'm like, wait, what? So you're saying, like, when the options do what they're supposed to do, whether it's a put or a call, when it gets to that number, you end up with a large enough amount to basically be able to get the stock at a discount. Is that what you're doing?
So what she's doing is, if you own options, what somebody is doing is giving you the right to buy, to borrow their stock at a certain price. If it runs past a certain point, at the end, you can do something called execution, and you can execute it and buy it at the price you promised to buy it at, even if it ran way past that price. So if you, like Leslie was saying, she had a $2 call on it and a $2 long call, she grabbed it, and then it went to 70 something dollars or whatever it went to. She executed it at $2 because that's what she promised to buy it at.
I love his face just now.
so you could keep the money, right? And basically she would get
you're keeping the stock. You're keeping the stock, and then
that's what I'm saying.
And then you get to keep the appreciation also.
See, most people are just selling the whole thing, but she's like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it at $2, even though it went to 73. I'm gonna keep that money and I'm gonna buy instead of selling everything.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's just a different strategy, because in that example, the contract will be extremely valuable for someone else to buy too. So it's just a matter of whether you want to hold the underlying.
I'll give you an example, brother. All right. So first week of November, I bought 2 Riot contracts, $5 calls. I bought them. I think I spent $112 to get those 2 contracts. The next day, it went up and I made $180. I sold one of them. Then I held another one for another 10 days, sold that one for like $210. So off of my contract, I made like $400 for $100 and something. However, if I held on to it, that contract right now is worth, I think last time I checked, because I had to stop looking at it. I think it was worth $2,000 a contract. So what I could have done is I could have executed one contract, paid the $500 to get all 100 shares. But since Riot is worth $25 a share now, that means that it would be worth $2,500. So, or I could have just paid $1,000 to execute both of the contracts and been up $5,000 worth of money.
Like I'm holding on. I
Why you
put
stop
mine in
looking?
the chat earlier. I'm holding on to a Riot contract that Leslie called, I believe, in like April of last year, April or May last year, shortly after she put the report out. At that time, Riot was like $1 and some change. The option contract was 91 cents. I bought 10 of them, and along the way, I sold them. What I do is I just sell them down and just take profit off the table, like Corey mentioned earlier, and then hold on to the last one, because at that point, it doesn't matter if I lose or win. And this last one I'm holding on to, like I said, it's a $3 contract. So, and it expires on the 15th, which I believe is Friday. So basically, I'll go ahead and exercise that contract. I only owe them $300, for the $3 share, and I own 100 shares of Riot at $3. So I'm already still in the money no matter, or I can still sell it and take the $2,000 off the table, but that wouldn't make sense for a long term since Riot is doing what it's doing.
Wow.
Can I say I love y'all one more time? Just
For
so
real,
y'all
right?
understand.
So I want to, there's some tickers in the chat. I was trying not to scroll down and miss them. So try or tree, TRI, put in CVM. You want to unmute yourself and tell us what you want to know, what you want to discuss about the stock?
So CVM, I've been watching this for a while. I think it has the potential to possibly do a Greenwich Life Sciences. So it's a pharmaceutical company right now whose data is locked. Over the last 10 years, they've been developing a drug called Multikine for head and neck cancers. And the drug has shown to basically extend the life on head and neck cancer patients by 5 years. So if the drug is actually approved, and like I said, the data is locked, it'll be the first drug to be approved for head and neck cancers in the last 50 years. So I see a lot of upside potential in that. I've just been grabbing up shares and have a few contracts as far as options that are very long, because I don't know when they're going to release the data, but I do know that the data is locked. So it should be coming out sometime.
How much is it currently trading at?
It's about $13 right now. I started scooping up shares when I found out about it when it was about $9. So I'm up a little bit, but like I said, I'm gonna hold until the data comes out.
It's $13.48 a share at this moment.
They do have options.
Yeah, they do.
Nice. Never heard of that one. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was a pleasure. But I have a one-on-one to do. So I hope to see you all on Sunday in Nevada Hood University by Sunday. And if not, I'll see you here again next week.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Corey.
I'll hit y'all up later.
I'm gonna sit around for a while. I'm enjoying this.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is like
I'm
dope.
I'm here.
Let me just say, I think this might be doper than the ladies webinar, ladies.
Hey,
Here you go. Here you go. Wait,
You know I keep it
put the
100.
countdown.
Write down
Listen,
them,
this is
write down them tickets for me, Jim.
I got you,
it's just
bro.
the happiness.
Appreciate you, Corey. The next ticker I see in the chat, we have Angel EMFGF. Angel, you still on? Anybody else know about this ticker?
So she did get off. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, she got off. It's Florence Corporation Ltd. They are formerly EM whatever group. It's an Israel-based company that does water treatment. Let's see. Company offers water treatment, wastewater, and ultrafiltration and wastewater systems and equipment, dissolve air flotation. Yeah, that's what they do. They work in about 70 countries. They're at 22 cents right now, 22/23 cents. And yeah, that's what they do. No options available.
Thank you. I'm trying to just make sure we talked about that. How do you?
What was the ticker on that one?
That was Oh, go ahead, Dawn.
E like egg, M like Mary, F like Frank, G like George, F like Frank.
Jamia, we talked about already.
Could you repeat that one?
Which one?
She said E like egg.
Oh.
M like Mary, F like Frank, G like George, F like Frank.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I'm just going all the way down. So discipline, Jasmine had pointed out, I don't know who was talking, but I was saying the same thing. We all could learn a lesson about discipline that we need to have when diving into options is very important.
Oh, you ain't lying. Oof.
And one thing, it was good when Tyrone said, because it's me all the time, I get in a contract and I get out and then it skyrockets like Etsy, right? Jumped in Etsy based on a Sunday call with By the Hood, right? Made some money yesterday and today it jumped off the roof and went everywhere else, right? So there's always going to be money left on the table. The goal is really, and I'm speaking to myself, but I'm talking to y'all. The goal is to make sure that you get some of the money and not let the market take it back. So I have to learn that every day because y'all know.
Because had you got back in today, you would have lost some money because it turned around.
So I have a thought on that too. Because listen, I was in that beautiful Tesla trade and I was on my way to where the money resides. Okay. I was
This
on
is
my
important
way.
for me to say right now, real quick, because I'm just seeing some of the names and some of the faces on the webinar tonight. If you signed up for a Bacchus with me in the last year and you have somehow separated or gotten separated or fallen off or fallen back or whatever the case may be, now's the time to come back and get it done in a much simpler format, a much shorter time. And if nothing else, just engage in these webinars because this is how we're building. This is how I'm building. It's impossible to do all this research and come up with all these tickets in one night by yourself. So just re-engage. That's all I'm saying.
Say less, say less. I'm here.
So Robert has a question in the chat. Does anyone ever do an option on a stock in one account and hold it long term in another? I think we covered that because I know a couple of people said they do both. I need to get at that.
Yeah.
So for instance, I'll give you an example, right? We bought Riot real low. And so nothing goes up forever. There are going to be days, there are going to be weeks where things are going to retrace or correct or.
What's real low?
You don't want to know.
Under $1,
less than
$1, $2.
Less than 50 cents, probably.
So, but in the process of it getting from say $2 to $40 or wherever it is now, there were weeks where it was red. It was hella red. So that would be the time that I'm holding those shares that I bought in April, but in a put option because I know that the price is going to come down temporarily. I'm not going to sell those shares because again, my expectation is that it's going to get back to the all-time high of like 22,000 or so. And I'm prepared to hold them till then. So I'm committed to Jim and Corey and I and a few other people on here. I'm committed to finding and providing you guys with these on a monthly basis. All you really got to do is get your hands on a report, understand how to use the report, invest in those stocks 1,000 or 100 at a time. And I'll say this too, a lot of my success has been about sacrifice. So maybe you might have to sacrifice some things to be able to buy 100 or 1,000 penny stocks a week. But when I tell you that a year, 2, 3 years from now, you'll be glad you did.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Was my that ticker? I'm gonna find my 7-cent ticker. What's that ticker, Chris? I rolled over one day with a ticker, the Sun Hydrogen. Yes, I rolled over in the morning and I was just looking at stuff and I was like,
ticker symbols? What's the ticker symbol?
The ticker for Sun Hydrogen is HY, like yes, S like Sam, R like Ralph.
All right.
H like Harry, Y like yes, S like Sam, R like like Ralph.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. Type it in, Dawn.
HSYR.
I mean HYRS. Like
HY,
no,
Oh,
that's
she was
not
saying
right.
it twice. I'm like, that is a lot of letters.
That's not right. That's not right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let me
I
say
got
it
a
again.
question in the chat that I want to address real quick. Somebody type that ticker in there. So the question is, so Abacus is with By the Hood. No. The Black Day Trader, which is my brand and my team and everything that I represent, is now kind of partnered with By the Hood. So as opposed to promoting the Abacus and selling the Abacus course, which was a wonderful course, and I do credit it with getting me where I am today, I'll be promoting By the Hood University's course, which the things that I appreciate about it is that it's just a really a lot shorter course and a lot less expensive course, and it provides the same value and the same information. And what I like about it most is that that removes all of the barriers that I've encountered with getting the people to this information over the last year. So I feel like my people are more capable of and more apt to buy a $200 course where they can learn to do what it is that a lot of us are doing now than they would be able and willing to buy a $600 course for the same information. So
you just take
Yeah,
that
I'm
other
just on this.
$400 and you can buy you some stocks.
Right.
I have a question, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm new. So just for instance, I'm thinking about the tickers, right? And I have TD Ameritrade. And y'all said that you can buy, like, put it in order now for tomorrow morning, or for when they open up for everything open up tomorrow. So if I'm on like TD Ameritrade and I'm trying to put in an order, the price that I put in for a limit order, would it be like, will I just like make up a price, not make up a price, but pick my own price in there? What I think would be a good one?
So what I do is I look at the bid and the ask. I don't pay for the ask, and I think that a lot of people don't. I'll try to get a little lower, and I'll wait to see if it executes.
Okay.
So generally, I'm sorry, I may cut you off.
Yeah, like I don't use TD, so I don't know how theirs work. I know that on Fidelity that they have this feature where they're gonna try to get you filled at the cheaper price, period, which I really like.
Okay.
So generally what they'll do is they'll give you the mid, which is in between the ask and what the bid is. So, you know, that's what they'll generally give you, but it depends upon how much you want to work your order. So sometimes if you want to work your order and try to get it at a lower price, you put that there. If you just want to stay in the mid, you could put the mid, and a lot of times you'll get filled at the mid.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you both.
Leslie, I have a question about By the Hood when you have a moment.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Miss Cheryl?
I said I had a question about By the Hood when you have a moment.
Absolutely, chime right on in.
So my question is, if you like, I'm a part of Abacus only a few months. So we not doing Abacus anymore, or now I have to pay for By the Hood also, or how does that work? What do I expect?
Okay, so I don't know why I didn't anticipate this question when I was running my mouth, but I did try to think ahead. So I am still 100% committed to honoring my commitment to everybody on my Abacus team. Don't panic. I'm here. We still grading circle quizzes and reviewing circle of 20s, ensuring that you guys complete Abacus should you choose to stay with Abacus. I'm completely okay with that. So we're here for as long as that takes, within reason. Don't come to me in 2025 talking about you ready for me to grade your quiz. But so with that said, if you would like to, for one, have the By the Hood link and be able to share a more affordable and more concise course with your friends and family, then you would need to invest in By the Hood. It's well worth it. I don't know. Talk about that. They did an Etsy play today that you could have bought By the Hood University like 10 times with. So if you want that affiliate link and you want to get the 50% referral fee or whatever for promoting By the Hood, then you would need to make a small investment in By the Hood. But other than that, like I said, we're still here for our Abacus team. If you want to build an Abacus team, I'm here for that. But my opinion is, and my experience has been that just the sense of community that I've experienced, and I want other people to talk about this too, because there's a lot of us in here now at this point that are have kind of transitioned over to By the Hood. The sense of community and the value and the trades and the investments that we talk about in their group pays for itself in a week or less.
So how much is it? How much is it to get into By the Hood?
Their core course is $200, not core. Oh, excuse me. Their combo course, which I say because everybody has Abacus as the reference, is their equivalent of our core course, is $200. And so, and then they have other courses. They have a precious metals course that I think everybody should get. That is what, $100, Jim?
Yeah, but with but like I said, if they use your discount that you have, which is the BDT, I think they can get, the way it works is everything is 200.
Okay, so what I need you to do is I would need you to go and make that discount available to like my whole team, because what I want is for, if say Crystal, for example.
No, they can. All they have to do is when they use their link to use that as the discount code at checkout.
Okay, bet. So everybody can use the discount code TBDT, and you can get their core course and their.
It's just BDT.
My bad.
Yeah, BDT, Black Day Trader. Yep, it's just BDT. And if you use BDT, you get that discount where you can get actually metals in the combo for 200.
Okay, so how do I access this? Is this on Facebook?
Wow.
Yeah, I need to access it. How do I access it?
So my link will be on my page,
your link.
And I'll drop it in all of our 1,500 chats.
That's a great deal, though. We're
And
talking
listen,
about precious metals, y'all, too. Like, come on. This is a deal. Y'all know we was paying before. This is some good stuff.
And just wait till we get all the way in it, and it's all kind of everything else.
And
I can't wait to flip. I can't wait.
Listen, talk about
we do have a crypto class coming as well. So that's coming as well, the crypto class.
About to have a crypto class?
Don't forget, please, somebody don't forget to put in the chat how to get in touch with this information. I'm writing this down.
I'm gonna message it to you in Messenger right now, Miss Cheryl.
Thank you, babe.
And then I just want to talk about how they are doing this challenge. I don't know any other group who's literally letting everybody mirror their trade. So like we are doing the challenge right now. It's $1,000
for free
to $1 million. And they literally sit down and they tell you how they pick their trades. And like I've never been in a group that tell you everything.
The analysis, right?
So I feel like even if you like, well, I don't need that information, I'm taking $1,000 to where? And I only paid what? So like that's just like one of those things
that part.
I feel like the value is worth it.
Do they have a Facebook page?
After you're paid.
Okay.
After you're a member of By the Hood. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, but you can just look look us up if you want to like look up about everything we do, because like we're all over the place. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I mean,
that's the information that I'd like to get to look at, to look at it.
Yeah, you can look at everything we got going on. Yeah, you can look at everything we got going on. I mean, you can go to our Instagram page, it's @By the Hood, and you can see like everything that we got going on there. We're on Facebook. We got a YouTube channel.
Jimmy, do me a favor, drop the links in the chat. Like
everything. Yeah, okay. Everything is @By the Hood, so it's just literally @By the Hood everywhere. I mean, we're even on TikTok, so we got some
people on here that are not really tech savvy.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure Miss Cheryl will be the first to tell you that she one of them. So
Sorry.
You said you on TikTok. What you got on TikTok?
Listen, we got 12,000 followers on TikTok. We putting
I'm
out.
here for it.
We get the information out everywhere. But our biggest page is our IG page. So we're on IG every day. That's like our biggest page. And also to get back to the question that was just asked, because I was thinking about what you said about owning a company and also doing options on that company. It's a way to kind of like get insurance. And I think Leslie mentioned that, to get insurance against your holding. So that's one good way to use that strategy. And another one is when you end up accumulating 100 shares, is to write cover calls. So I'm not sure if anyone, do any of you guys use cover calls?
No,
Not
not me.
yet. Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, just to give you an example, so my background originally was in real estate. So cover calls like really appeal to me. When you get 100 shares of a company that has the ability to, have options, what you do is you get on the other side of the option. Now you give someone the ability to buy your company at a certain price, right? And that's a way to generate, which is equivalent of rental income with your stock. So to give you an example, I got a couple hundred shares of DraftKings. I've been writing cover calls since the summer, and I'm averaging about $250 a week for just owning the stock. So that gives you the ability to create an income with your stock. And also, if you have a stock that doesn't pay a dividend, you're literally creating your own dividend.
Man, that's what I need right there. I need that
That's
knowledge right there.
us.
Okay, so that just messed me up real good. Okay.
That was awesome. That was a true jewel.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it was.
yeah, cover calls is where it's at. That's like on the other side. And then I don't want to get too deep, but there's a strategy known as the wheel, where you write the cover call. So what happens with a cover call? So I'll tell you, I have it one right now this week on DraftKings at $59. If it goes above $59, someone will exercise, which means I have to give them the right to buy my stock. You know what I mean? At $59. So for me, I don't care because they had to pay me in order to get the right to buy the stock. Plus my purchase price of those shares was like $18. So I'm up on both ends. But what happens is if they exercise, they get to take my shares. Now what I do is I do a cash secure put. I give someone the ability to put me the stock back at a price I want to buy the shares at. So what does that do? That gets me another stream of income. I get to buy at the price I want, and someone has to pay for the right to put the stock to me. So that's like a more advanced strategy within options, but it's a way to use, once you're able to accumulate 100 shares of a company, you can literally just print money.
Well, damn.
Print them dollars.
Can you
Okay,
answer?
Jimmy got a question, Jimmy.
I have a question. Can you answer for people who aren't as experienced or experienced at all trading options with By the Hood University? What would be the order of things?
So the way that we teach in By the Hood University is like we want everybody to start with the fundamentals, right? Because you have to kind of understand how to value a company, how to do fundamental analysis. I mean, we even start before that, why you should be investing to begin with, right? So we start with the fundamentals. And as you work your way up, that's when you get into the options. So we do have a partnership with an options company, which is called Discover Your Options. And they're part of our panel that helps us on our Sundays. So we can actually work a deal with the Black Day Trader for all of you guys who want to get into the more advanced option stuff. So we can actually put that together as well. That's not a problem. And when options, we start with the basic calls, the basic puts, but then there's more advanced strategies. There's credit spreads, there's cover calls, there's selling puts. So there's a lot of ways within options, but in my experience, what happens is when people get into options, they figure out what works for them. So one of the guys on our panel on Sunday, the guy Spoon, he does credit spreads, and that's just his thing. I like cover calls, and I think the reason being is just looking at it is because I come from real estate, so I like getting rental income. So that's kind of what the cover call is. Some people just like long calls, where some people like leaps. But the fact of the matter is, everybody should start with the basics, the fundamentals. Even if that means you paper trade, if you follow what we do, but you have to start with the fundamentals, because if you don't understand the fundamentals, it's going to hurt you in the long run.
Thank you.
Exactly. I have a quick question. Who's Courtney M?
It was me. I sent the message privately accidentally, but I had wanted to know if Jimmy offers covered call courses or if Leslie offers them through her course for covered call.
So yeah, that is part of discover your options. Like, so if you get to the point where you're ready to like go past the those courses and get into the options, you can just contact Leslie, because we're working out a way to get that piece for all of you guys as well. Because like I said, that's the more advanced part. So if you're interested, just let Leslie know, and then we'll figure it out, get you guys into the options course.
Sign me up.
Okay, thank you. Me too. Sign me up too.
Listen, anybody that knows me know that I'm not easily excited, and I'm excited.
So I think Brent had a question.
Yeah, Jimmy, I got a question for the cover call. So basically, if you got your 100 shares, and let's say you bought in at like 50, and you got your shares, you can probably write like what, $10 out of the money calls and just get residual income monthly, because it won't call you out because you're so far out of the money. Is that kind of what we're doing there?
It is, but it all depends upon your strategy. So I know like Corey does a whole different strategy. He's not here, but I can tell you how he does it. He writes his covered calls closer to the money. And the reason he does that is because he gets higher premiums.
Higher premium, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets a higher premium, and he does it on companies he doesn't care about, because then he'll just go back around and do the wheel that way. So he'll get a higher premium. He knows that it's going to get exercised if it goes up just a little bit, but then he sells the put to buy it back. So he's been doing that with Plug for a while, just running cover calls. So actually, if you're in By the Hood University, the tags that are in there's one tag there that says like covered calls. And he's been sharing his plug trades, running cover calls on them. But generally speaking, the stocks that I have 100 shares of are things that I want to hold. So I've been running cover calls on Coca-Cola for probably about a decade at this point. I've been running cover calls on DraftKings all summer up until even this week. Johnson & Johnson, I've been running cover calls on. So it's just companies that I have 100 shares in, are things that are what you guys would consider your circle of 20. But instead of just having them sit there, I try to generate income off of them, specifically if they're a company that doesn't pay a dividend. And if they do pay a dividend, that's a way to get a dividend as well as a weekly check from those companies.
So you do so you write weekly cover calls?
Weeklies.
Okay, cool. I was thinking of monthly.
Now, when you write a weekly, you will get a lower premium than you would if you put it out further, but you can keep doing it every week.
Right. So do you use the ATR of that company to determine where you write your strike price at?
I try to find something with like a 30 delta, because that generally means there's about a 30% chance that it'll actually reach that point. So it's 70% on my side that I'll hold it. So that's kind of how I look for my pricing in there. So now with DraftKings, right, I've been running those, but I think I'm gonna pull back and not do it leading up to the bowl, because I think it may be a run, and I want to hold on to those shares, because that's a company I've been able to print money with, since getting 100 shares.
Gotcha. So when you write it closer to the money and it gets exercised, you said you use the wheel on that. So if you do get called out, you just buy a put back.
Then what you do is you sell a put. You sell a cash secure put. That means that you have to have the income to buy 100. Have to have the cash available to buy 100 shares. And what you're doing is you're giving someone the ability to assign you those 100 shares at a certain price. So the person on the other side of that contract, the reason they're willing to pay you is because it's insurance for them. They know whatever happens in the course of this week, I can give this stock to them at this price. But if it's something that you want to buy, you put it at a price you're willing to buy, and you get income for that. So now if you actually go Google this, Warren Buffett uses this a lot of times to buy companies. So what he does is, with his war chest, if he has like a company that he already owns equity in, an Apple or a Coca-Cola, and he wants to buy at a specific price, instead of putting a limit order in, what he'll do is he'll sell a put. That means that people have to pay him, and he'll keep doing it until he gets it at the price that he wants. So he's basically generating income from cash.
Yeah, I need to sign up for that with you, Jimmy. I need some instruction on that, partner.
No problem. It's not a problem at all.
So is that information included in the course?
That's not in the first two courses. That goes to the more advanced course once we get to the options piece. That is in there.
Gotcha.
So once we get to that piece, it's basic options, but then it also goes into cover calls. It goes into credit spreads. It goes into OCO orders. And we did a little bit of the OCO order this past week if you were there on Sunday.
Yeah, that was dope.
I wasn't, but I'll be there next Sunday. It's a date. It's already done. Like, I don't know what y'all waiting on, but this it right here. Y'all know what we was getting before. No shade to those who are a part of the other, but this sounds like the creme de la creme, and I'm all in. Like, that's all there is to it.
That was me, sis. That was me. No shade, but all tea.
No shade, but look at, do y'all hear this information? Like, this is crazy. We weren't
It's
getting
incredible.
any of
And
this.
some of y'all don't have experience, but I have. I've been at this, trying to learn this in different courses for like 6 or 7 years, probably 6 years, I would think. This is amazing. This is tremendous. This is, for me, in my estimation, in my opinion, the opportunity of a lifetime, because we thought we were getting it cheap before. You know what I mean? We thought we were getting it easy before. And yeah, that's all I'll say about
And
that.
also, just to let you know, we also like, because again, this thing for us is more about a mission than it is money. So we do one-on-ones, which is why Corey had to go, because he had a one-on-one appointment this evening to make sure that you actually get the information and know how to apply it. Now, you know, the bigger we get, it's just about scheduling, but we will sit down one-on-one to make sure you're getting the information. You know, because the better you are, the better it makes us look. As if everybody's making money, I mean, everybody looks good. So our thing is for everybody to make money. It's not just to be a part of the group, just to, like, you know, share messages. We want everybody to get money. So we're willing to do the one-on-ones. And also another thing, and I don't even think I told Leslie this piece, is that when you become a member of Bodyhood University, we'll do a Zoom call like this for your family that maybe not be a part of it. And what we'll do is we have a presentation that we do just explaining the benefits of investing and being in the market. And we'll let you use your own affiliate link. It's for free. We don't charge for it. You use your own affiliate link, and whoever from your family wants to take part of it, you can make all it.
Boom, and drops the mic.
Right. Like I'm actually, I don't know how many of you are, but I'm actually using the classes that we got from the Abacus to go through those classes with my family. So, you know, when I got the By the Hood stuff, I was like, okay, this is the next thing. So we'll just go from that to this and keep on learning, keep on growing. So I didn't know about the individual family session. So as soon as we have everything done, we will definitely be coming to you guys for the individual sessions. Of course, I'll be there already.
And people like that because it's just like this forum. We'll use like a Zoom or something, and we give a presentation, explain why, and then we sit and have Q&A just like this for however long it takes. So.
Okay, awesome. So we got all the way off. I guess I wanted to ask.
I have it's like a couple more tickers, but go ahead, Dawn.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask about the tickers. I was going to ask about, because I see some tickers in the chat, and I wanted to see, like, if you guys, who said something about, because I saw some tickers that I missed.
Okay, so the last one that we went over was EMFGF, and that was the water treatment Israel-based company. The next one Miss Sylvia had put up, which was CRIS. Miss Sylvia, you want to tell us about that?
Yes, ma'am, I will. Just a minute. Okay. Yes. So I have this, I don't know, she's a Facebook friend, and she posts a lot of stuff. And so she started like really doing well, showing her stuff. And so anyway, she told me about Purist, and I'm like, I don't know what Purist is. Well, I bought 20 shares. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I got my glasses on, but I still can't see. Wait a minute. Yeah, I bought 20 shares in December for $6, December 8th for $6.67. And it is now selling at $10.05 a share. And it is basically a company that they engage in the development and commercialization of drug candidates for the treatment of human cancers, like any kind of cancers. And what it is, it's an orally available molecule inhibitor. So basically, it's not like a shot or anything like that. It's like a new innovation that they're coming out with. And it has been doing very, very well. It's its 52-week high is only $11.10. So it's almost close to its 52-week high right now. And then its 52-week low was 62 cents. So I thought it was good. I bought it at $6.67, like I said, and it's already at $10. And that was just a month ago. So I thought
So
it
you're
was worth
saying
it.
I'm sorry, you said
C like Chris.
Okay,
Chris without the H.
I'm looking at it too, and I see the all-time high at $28.
Oh, okay.
No, on Thinkorswim it says the all-time high. No, she said the 52-week high, Dawn.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, what was the all-time high? Say it again, Dawn.
All-time high is $28, actually. 27.87. So $28 basically. And that
what was
and
that
it looks
ticker?
like
I just put it back in the chat.
Oh, okay.
CRIS.
And what people are saying is that all of the vaccines for for corona is going to open up so many doors for cancer vaccines and cancer cures and stuff like that. And so I find I'm investing in just a couple of few little cancer research organizations or companies just to see what's going to happen. They're not selling at a lot right now. So I'm like Leslie, if I lose $100, I mean, I can tell you of so many ways that I've wasted $100 before. So it's not that big of a deal.
That's facts for real.
Facts.
Please say real quick that I want to say, and y'all can confirm this or let me know if I'm wrong, but I want to say that one is on our report, our most recent report.
And a genome report, probably. I didn't print it out, but I was
So
looking
real
over
quick,
it the other day.
I'm probably going
I think you're
be
right, Leslie. I think it
Yes,
is.
it is. It absolutely is.
So what I'm gonna do real quick, and we haven't touched on this nearly enough, so I'm gonna just drop this in here and then kind of be quiet for the rest of the night. Cryptocurrency. I know there are a lot of people on this call that don't know about cryptocurrency, wish they understood it 3 years ago. So with my understanding of that and knowing how important it is for as many of us as possible to get invested in them now, especially since they dipping, what I'm going to do is go, it's a brother named Russell Hughes. And because I do everything that I already do, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the time to go investigate cryptocurrency like a lot of the people that I'm associated with do. So I kind of defer to some of the guys on the webinar and also Russell Hughes, who I'm not sure is here, but Russell is doing a webinar for us this Sunday at 7 p.m. So right now what I'm doing is I'm dropping the price of that webinar to $27. If you're not on this webinar for $27, then I don't even know, I don't know, but I'm gonna drop that link in the chat, and everybody that knows me know how important I feel this is. Some of y'all on here are invested in cryptocurrency because I've been so adamant about it over the last year. So I've dropped the price of that webinar that explains how to choose and how to evaluate and analyze these coins before you invest in them to $27. So anybody that's interested in that, the link will be in this chat and on my Facebook page. And it was one other thing I wanted to say. No, I think that's it.
The Billionaire Babies first one, that one had the crypto stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the
So
crypto
I
information.
have kind of forgotten about that, but also because the stock seems to be so closely correlated to the cryptocurrencies, and because cryptocurrency is correcting or retracing right now, some people think it's crashing right now. I pity them. A lot of those stocks are also cheap. So what I have, and everybody that has my affiliate link has it, is the name your own price link for that. So I'll share my link, everybody else share their link if they want to, but you can basically, within reason, name your own price for that report.
And I just want to say, Russell,
that's the first report?
Yep, the first report, the blockchain and 5G report that Jasmine, my best friend and business partner, and I did in April 2019.
Yeah, and I just want to say Russell is the truth. Like Russell is amazing when it comes to crypto. He's like someone whose brain I pick. He's a member of Body Hill University as well. He's in the group.
He's a crypto vincent and shit.
Yeah, and he's been on our podcast too, so you can actually check that episode out if you go to our podcast. But he has ways of just making, so if for those that are already in Bodyhood University, you can go in a group and search. We find ways to get crypto without paying for it. And he's helped me contribute to that list. And we're going to put together a comprehensive report on how to do that. But so his knowledge of cryptocurrency is second to none.
That's been my experience.
So when you talk about them reports, Jim and Leslie, is that kind of like the DMR of your group by the hood when you talk about reports, or?
So I posted something that you guys it might have went over some people's head just because they're not experienced with the DMR or our reports, right? It's like the DMR is something where you're going to get it, and that day you're going to enter those trades, and within a day or a week or so, you're going to get out, versus our reports. Our reports provide company descriptions. We give you information on institutional ownership, partnerships in some cases, 52-week low, 52-week high, and then all of the circular 20 metrics, everything that you really need to know to make an investing decision. And with me, when I look at my reports, I'm looking for just what we talked about earlier, which is those companies that, one, do something that no other company is doing. So I'll give you an example. Ocugen, of all of the genomics companies that I've looked at, Ocugen is the only one that's focused on the human eye. So at some point, because we all need our eyes, that stock is going to appreciate. And that's also another one of those stocks that has a high all-time high. So we got a lot of room between the price that it's trading at now, which is like, I think sub $3, to whatever the all-time high is. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure somebody knows. And there are things that I'm investing in, fortunately, with Riot and Marathon, and I hate to keep bringing those up. For example, it only took 7, 8, 9 months for them to appreciate 1,000%. I can't promise you that will always happen, but I can promise you that when I'm putting this information in the reports and looking at what stocks to put on the report, those are the things that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and
is that report separate from the By the Hood course, or is that included in it?
No, it's separate. By the Hood is one entity. Black Day Trader is another entity. So the reports are prepared. We're going to try to do like monthly, every 30, 45 days. They're prepared by the Hood, by the Black Day Trader, which is me and my partner's team, associates. And then By the Hood is the course, which is an entirely different phenomenal network of Black investors, traders, real estate professionals. But what I can do is I will create some type of discount code for those of you that do decide to move forward with By the Hood. As a matter of fact, what I will do is, if you go ahead and use the By the Hood link, any of our By the Hood links will provide the blockchain and 5G report to you.
And we use her report because the reporting that Leslie does and your team is amazing. You know, that's one of the reasons that we wanted to partner, because we know the research is there. So we've been using that report since the last couple of days, and I've already up 100% on a couple of things. Let's put it that way.
Now, what's the link for the report, or to be a part of that?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share. Are you my friend on Facebook, Brent?
No, I never met you, but I'm glad I ran into you today. Chastity, shout out to Chastity. She turned me on to the group. It was my first day hearing of this all together. So I appreciate everybody for answering my questions and being so patient.
So what I want you to do is I want you to get Chastity's By the Hood link.
Okay.
And then once you go through the process of signing up with By the Hood and get added to that group and that network, then Chastity will, or I will, provide you with your free copy of the blockchain and 5G report. And that goes for anybody. Sign up for By the Hood with anybody that's on my team. And I'll just send you that blockchain and 5G report.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And I just want to say one quick thing, because I got to cut out too, but I saw Micah's point about mining cryptocurrency. And I just want to leave you with this, Micah. So what we do, and one of the things we discuss, is we have a whole new way of mining. It's not necessarily mining, but if you're familiar with staking cryptocurrency, we use crypto.com, right? And if you're interested, let me know. But we get 12% on stable coins. So we take income generated via options, whatever it may be, take a certain amount of money, get 12% on stable coins, which pay out weekly. And what you do is you take the money that's paid out weekly as a way to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum or whatever the major coin is that you're looking to buy. So if you take $500, it's going to give you literally about $1.50 every week. But that's, so however much money you put in there is the amount you get. But it's staked at 12%, and you don't have to worry about it fluctuating because it's a stable coin. So we use DAI or USDC. That 12% paid out weekly will then go into the crypto. So it's a whole new way to mine without needing the computer software or anything like that, where you can generate Bitcoin by just having a little bit of cash generated for you. And that's just one way. So one of the things that I do is find ways to get free crypto. I'm kind of unbanked. I don't use the bank at all. Everything I do is via crypto. I pay bills via crypto. I get crypto back on every purchase. So I have a lot of ways of getting free crypto. A lot of this I learned from Russ, and me and Russ collaborate together to figure out ways to kind of like hack the system. So you're in good hands when it comes to him, because anything I know, I've taught him and he's taught me what he knows. So it's like you're in good hands when you talk to Russ, because he knows all my little hacks, because we share our hacks basically. But that's one way to mine crypto without needing computer software or anything like that. You can literally generate crypto on a weekly basis while you're over here doing everything with stocks. It'll work for itself.
Have y'all gone into the tax implications with doing that since the rules and laws have changed?
Yeah, so there's a couple different tax softwares. One is called like Bear Crypto. So you get your full report, and a lot of the exchanges or whatever will work with that. You get your CSV file, you upload it in there, and it'll just it'll do everything for you. So this is kind of will be the first year this year in which it was so many transactions, but it's all one the same, that the software does all the work for you. So if you use Coinbase, if you use crypto.com, you use Gemini, any of those major platforms, then it'll do all the work as long as you get the CSV file for every transaction that you made in the course of a year. And it'll do all the calculations. And it'll also tell you when you're moving from your wallet to your own wallet, because there's no taxes on that piece. But again, when you stake, you get a certain percentage, and that'll allow you to accumulate crypto along the way. And that's just one way.
That was a
And
lot.
I'm gonna
of
hop in
gems
right
dropped.
there, right? And I'm gonna hop in right there and just say, also make sure that you find a tax professional who specializes in cryptocurrency, because I don't know if he's a tax professional, but you always want to consult a tax professional, because
Absolutely.
The information that we give here is for educational purposes only, and we are not responsible for decisions that you make with your taxes or with your investments.
Great point. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so were there any more questions? I see a ton of stuff in the chat. I've been going back and forth between the chats and the chat and the chat.
I know. Girl. It's we have a couple of more tickers, but I just want to run through them. If anybody has a question, I'm trying to type them up in a document, and I'll drop them at the end before we close the webinar to everybody. So
I was just gonna say, I'm getting ready to cut off. Anybody got any questions or whatever, you can bring them to Leslie, or you can find me in the group or what have you. But I just look forward to seeing you all there. For those that'll come, I appreciate you guys' time, and I will be back on these calls every week because this was amazing. But anything that we could do to provide value, like I said, just get with us.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, I'll talk to you, Les. Take it easy.
All right, peace.
All right,
take it easy. Thank you so much for all the jewels.
All right, nice to meet you all.
The jewels.
So we have Black Sun. I didn't scroll back up to see who put that in there. I was just never mind. Michelle, no.
No. Leslie asked me what my my evil villain, my villain name would be. That's what that.
Okay.
I want to know.
Would you say
what?
I said I want to know.
He said Black Sun.
Okay, got you.
Let me see. We have HYSR. I think that was the one you were talking about.
Yeah, that's Sun Hydrogen. That is one of my just turnover. I got I felt kind of rich because I had $9 that day. So I turned
Balling.
over. I
All
turned
right.
over and bought 100 shares of that stock, and it's up considerably now. It was like 7 cents when I bought it. I think it's like 10 cents now.
Okay.
And what that company does is it is actually a company that does photosynthesis. It's an energy. It's an advanced energy technology company. So it's not EV. It's the next stage of EV. So what they're doing is they are using water and the sun and plant matter to create photosynthesis, to create energy cells to power homes, cars, and everything like that. So that's sun hydrogen. And they are like the bomb diggity bomb. So that's what I was saying about like just looking at the emerging markets and stuff. That's one of the tickers that I've shared often because I believe in what they're doing and they fit with everything else that's in the clean energy space.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you, sis. We got TIGR. Whoever put that in the chat, make me scroll up and find out who did it. Let me see.
That was me, sincere.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm all right. Excuse me. It's a Chinese fintech holding company. They surround themselves with investments in the Chinese markets. I've been watching it now for like 2 months. I first found that it was like 570 a share. It's up to 12 right now. And I've just been flipping options on it like every other week. But I really think they're gonna go somewhere with fintech growing as much as it is right now.
Okay. Thank you, sincere.
No problem.
TIGR was the ticker. I think Ebony put this one in here. AVGR. Eb, you still here?
That's Chris, baby.
Yeah, I'm here.
Chris. Oh, Eb, talk about it, girl. Talk about it.
Well, it's basically a medical device company, and they just got FDA approval for image guided catheter called Tiger Eye. And when I first got in, a few weeks ago, I got in at like 28 cents, and it just at like $1.20 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're all-time high. Just so we can just take it all in, $9,194.14. That's their all-time high. Say that.
So I got somebody here.
Okay. Les, mute yourself.
Yo.
Mute yourself.
Mute.
What else we got? OCGN. Somebody just put that in. Ebony Staten, saying it wrong. Sorry.
So that's the one that I was telling y'all is the only one that I found in genomics that is focused on the eye. And for me, that's almost reason enough, but then the numbers were good too.
Okay. How much is it?
I think it might be like $5 right now. $5
It's
or less.
It's $2.23 right now, and it's actually on a pullback. So,
Dawn, what's the all-time high?
All-time high $688.43.
Which one was that?
42.7.
OCGN.
It's Ocugen Incorporated. Ocugen. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was wrong. It actually $688.42. Did I say that? Okay, I did. Okay. And that was back in 2014.
Okay.
Anything else, Miss?
BNGO.
Oh, we talked about that one.
Today?
No, that's one of the ones that Les has been calling out for about a week.
I know, but somebody put it in chat, so I just wanted to.
Hey, excuse me. Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure, CJ.
Might be a dumb question, but what's making these stocks drop from $680 like down to $5 or $2 and shit?
Probably splits. Most of the time it's splits, stock splits.
Okay, cool. Hey, can I throw a stock out there while I'm on here real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah. Go ahead, CJ. Tell us about it.
Hold on. Let me find it. My man was in a barbershop earlier, right? And he told me to look at I was going. God damn it, I can't find it. It was the one that Jay-Z's doing, that marijuana company.
Oh, the Dawn knows it. Dawn knows
the
the
Jay-Z
Oh yeah,
spag.
we was talking about
Oh
this.
baby. Okay,
What
so the
is it?
Jay-Z spag. We got that. So
I forgot to write it
Jay-Z.
down.
It's
Let me search.
Lord.
Hold on. I'll find
It was like let me look at my
Where is it?
messages.
I have it in here. Ugh. Cassandra and I were talking about it. No.
It's SBVCF.
That's it. That's the name of it.
Can you type it? Cassandra, was that you?
Yes.
Can you type it in the chat, please? Thank you.
Okay.
SBVCF. There's two variants, right?
So it's a warrant too.
Yeah, the warrant is SBVQF. I'll put them both in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Subversive Capital.
Yes.
So y'all want to talk about what that is for everybody that doesn't know?
I don't know nothing about it.
How much is the warrant right now?
$360.
The warrant's like $2, two something.
I just checked. It's $360. I don't
The
know.
direct is $10.60, and the warrant is like $2 and something shares, $2 and something cents.
So now here's my question to you, Cassandra, real quick about these SPACs. So they charge $50?
$50 for what?
Right.
Because we tried to purchase the SPAC, and they was trying to charge like 50 something. The warrant or whatever, and like they was charging like a $50 processing fee or something. I was like, what?
On which exchange? I'm sorry. I mean, which brokerage?
Fidelity.
Well, remember we were talking. We're saying how Fidelity sometimes a little bit more stricter. I haven't purchased that particular warrant yet on TD, but I normally don't have to pay anything on TD for them. I mean, like as I said, the only time I had to pay was when I was when going the warrant from a warrant to a stock, but never had to pay. And I mean, that's it. As I said, the fine print that comes with the warrant, but never had to pay like a fee to get the warrant. I've never had that issue.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
We'll get it on TD Ameritrade, and now the warrant is up to $3.60. When me and Chris was trying to get it like 3 days ago, Chris. What was it? 3 days ago? It was $2.20.
It was on Wednesday that I think that we had tried to get it, wasn't it? It was like last Wednesday.
Yeah, it was really.
But I'm gonna try on E-Trade and see if they'll let me.
I'm gonna try it on TD Ameritrade.
I would say I try because I've never had that issue.
Yeah, any brokerage house, because of the way they're set up, and kind of think about it, like Fidelity is considered like a major brokerage house too, so their fees are still grandfathered in a sense the way they were before the Robinhoods and everything came in. So if you're looking for those type of situations, you definitely want to have a discount brokerage in your pocket as well as a full brokerage too. So your discount brokerages like TD should be able to get in those hopefully without those extra fees. But that is normal. Like every brokerage firm I work for, those warrants had a processing fee.
Jeez, it's high. I was sitting here thinking I'm about to sit here and get me a bunch of these. I saw that fee. I said, what?
So Chris, you have to open up a TD.
Yeah, I think
I want to, but like now.
But you don't want to pay that price. You don't want to pay that fee.
I'm gonna check with E-Trade. Because goodness, it's like I don't want to have to keep up with like.
Yeah, the only time I had to execute, as I said, I paid a fee was when I was executing the warrants to be full shares when I went over to Helion.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you pay going in and going out though. I know I did that. We had to do that at at UBS and Bank of America for Merrill. So.
Okay, so I may have to get a TD this week, but dag, man, it's at $3 now. Like it's probably gonna be at like $5 or $6.
It's
And I ain't
$3,
getting
but
it. I'm not
but
getting it after it hits like $8 or $9. I wouldn't buy it.
well, by then you
Like
could just buy the stock. The stock is $10.
Well, right. So like that's I would just leave it alone and just chalk it up as okay. I just gotta buy the like stock.
So because I'm slow here. What's the difference here? Like, because he was trying to explain to me, he didn't know what he's talking about. But between the stock and the warrant and all that.
Well, the warrant is pretty much like, if you look at it that way, it's almost like a holder to say, well, okay, you can purchase the stock later at the price. So the warrants are pretty much cheaper because what the special is it comes under the SPAC, special purpose acquisition company. And they want more money. Like, so when they're going to go, generate money, they want as much. So they offer warrants and they offer regular stocks. And sometimes they offer what's called a unit, which a unit is a stock and a warrant. And when they'll offer the warrant, as I said, because they want to generate money, it's almost like it's saying that the warrant is giving you the right to later on fulfill to a full stock. You have to pay what is called like to execute the warrant, which will make it a full-blown stock. And typically they're like $11.50. So most people will do that. So some people will actually buy it as pretty much like a moneymaker, because sometimes the warrants can come out as low as 59 cents. And if you were supposed to buy, some people will go in and buy 1,000 warrants. And if it runs up to even $3, you're still good. $1, you're still good. And they'll sell some of the warrants and then use that money to execute to become full stocks. Or you might just, as I said, decide that you want to keep all 1,000 or just to make money off of it. So that's the difference between it. And then the units have a stock and a warrant, but you have to be careful and read the fine print. Look up what it's saying, because sometimes what it will do, it will say, well, okay, each warrant is executable for one share, but sometimes it will say that a warrant you may need like 3 warrants to equal 1 share. So you definitely want to look what the fine print is, because then you don't want to be stuck paying $11.50 to execute a quarter of a warrant to make it into a share. So it's almost like, you would lose. It all depends what it's worth for you.
Okay, thank you. Now, which one are you buying? Are you buying both?
I've bought a couple. Like some of them have already, the business has consummated, meaning that they've, the warrant came out and then they merged with a company. So I did a couple, like I did, they were Shell and then they went to Helion, which is, they're doing the whole conversion where they're bringing the kind of like an in-between, if you have the trucks that are already, gas trucks, and they're changing them like into like a hybrid. And I did Tattoo Chef, and I'm definitely gonna jump in on this one with a Jay-Z that they have. And there's a one that I am looking at, but the warrant was a little bit too high for me right now. So I was like, no, I think it's with the electric bus company, Portray, I think. And they were definitely looking at, and then there's also CCIV, which they're looking at a electric car that they're saying comparable to Tesla. But just a disclaimer, do your own due diligence, because the one thing I have to say about SPACs is that the SPAC companies, that most of the time, they're trying to generate money to go to bring a company, to public. What I think the fine print is that they'll say to you, when you buy the stock itself, most of the time they start at like $10. If they do not go or consummate the business, they'll definitely ask for extension, or they'll try to find another company. The least is that the worst could happen is that they'll say, well, okay, yeah, you bought the stock and say you paid $12, and they'll say, okay, you only get back 10. With the warrants is that if they do decide that they're not going to consummate or something happen, you could lose your money on the warrants altogether. But I would have to say that that's like the percentage of that is very low. So I would suggest do your own research, check out, just look at the information. There's a site called SPAC Insider that I like to go and get some of my information. I look up the fine prints, read and see everything, and definitely look, because when the SPAC comes out, they kind of give you an idea who they or what kind of company they're looking to go, public with, that they want to bring public, whether if it's like an EV space or if it's like some finance or medical, they give you an idea before you purchase it.
All right, thank you. Sounds good. I appreciate it. And where are you from? Where the accent from?
Jamaica.
Oh shit! All right, here we go. Thanks.
CJ,
Love, leave it to CJ.
Okay.
She married CJ.
Cannot.
Yo, I'm dead. CJ, sit down.
My
So
God.
I put the tickers that we discussed all day today. I put it in there. Take the second copy if you're gonna copy it before we wrap this up. I think we've been on here for 2 hours now.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours. We normally end at around this time. If anybody has any last minute tickers that they want to give, any
Oh,
last
Hero.
minute.
That's
I
my
got
baby.
a question, you guys. I'm sorry, I got a question. So did anybody see where Zoom call themselves doing people a favor, talking about they're gonna sell $1.6 million worth of their stock for $336 or something, $336 a share, and they try to make it sound like it's a bargain. Has anybody seen that?
You mean Zoom, the platform we're using right now?
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that either.
Nah, I ain't see that either. That's interesting though.
It's on the Google homepage, and it's like really weird because they say Zoom is Zoom is going to be selling $1 million in stock for $336 a share tomorrow only, I believe.
I see that.
Oh, what's that say?
I see it. I just searched it. Yeah, Zoom plans $1.5 billion share sale at 10 times its IPO price.
Right.
How does this happen?
I don't know, but
they need to expand. They're having a lot of. They must need to expand. Tanita, what's the lowdown?
Tanita, you there? No, I don't know.
You rang. What happened? I'm sorry.
So
Zoom, why they doing what they doing?
They about to sell some shares at 10 times the IPO price tomorrow.
Yep.
That's a giveaway, right?
But to who and how you get it? Because I would love some more Zoom stock.
I just don't see from a business standpoint how they're gaining as far as the future outlook for the company as they're giving that up. Unless I'm misunderstanding.
No, they said the company says some of the proceeds could be used for acquisitions or strategic investments.
Okay, so they're raising money like they typically are. Okay.
So they're probably about to buy up some little people, and they need more money to do it.
Probably.
Shoot, ain't like they ain't got it.
But I guess how do they go about how are we getting these shares? And I say we because I want one. Some, all of them. I meant that from my heart too.
You meant that from the bottom, right?
I did. I really did. Because you know why? Because Zoom, I bought Zoom back in March on a dip. Not even the lowest, but I think I got it for like 130. And add that I only bought one. And so they owe me all these shares. So
they do.
They
owe me.
Collect your shares.
They owe me all these shares.
Run me my shares.
Run me my shares. Yeah.
So they owe me all these shares.
That's my new hashtag. Run me my shares. I like that.
I'll look it up and see if there's. I'll put it in the chat if I find out anything, and I hope that you ladies would do the same if you find out anything. I just thought that it was kind of weird. Like, okay, 4.4 million shares, at $336. At first, I'm like, that ain't no bargain. But then, as you think about it, maybe it is. So anyway.
But you said that this is only for until tomorrow, right? Through tomorrow.
I think it's only one day. But I don't. They're only going to do it one day. That was my understanding. but I don't know what day it is. So shit, we could easily miss out if it's tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'll research it some more and see what I can find out.
Did somebody just say that it was only for today?
I said it was announced today, and
Oh, it was announced today. Okay.
it's based on today's price, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I heard something like that, it was done similar to how they do warrants. But that was, I mean, that's the way we did stuff like old school, I guess I would say. I'm gonna have to do some more digging. I didn't know about this either. I didn't see this earlier.
I have a quick question about warrants, and I guess it is primarily related to the Jay-Z stock that I just found on my TD Ameritrade, the SVBF or something, whatever the ticker is. It's right. It looks like it's right around 360-ish. Now, if I was to buy some of this warrant stock, I will be awaiting a merger of some sort, or I know you kind of worded that a little differently from what I'm hearing. So
yes,
how does that work?
yes.
Do I sit and wait, but what am I waiting for? A merger or for a partnership or?
Yes, yes, you're gonna wait for the merger because it's you're buying the warrant stuff and they're gonna go merge, but you don't have to wait for it to merge. You could decide that you want to sell and take your profits and go.
Okay,
You don't have to wait for the merger.
Gotcha. Okay. And okay. Yeah, thank you for that.
Just like when you buy the warrant, is that if the stock runs up to like $50 and you bought the warrant at $3.62, say for instance you don't have the $10 and you buy the warrant now and you're like, okay, you buy it for $3 and the stock run up to like $50 and you're like, okay, I only pay $11.50 to execute this warrant, and you would have paid like what, $14 or something. You would be getting the stock for, so you would pretty much like have value because you bought the warrant cheap.
Right. And so the warrant stock is automatically convertible to the regular stock once the IPO. Would I be correct?
No.
Oh.
It does. It's not right away. It depends. It has a period up to when it expires, but the company can call the warrant in early. Like that happened to me with Helion. The warrant did not expire until 2025, but they called it in early. And so when they called it in early, I had to pay the money to execute them to be full stocks.
Oh, okay. Got you.
But as I said, you could sell them before. And the one thing I've noticed with these SPACs is that a little before the merger, they will run up higher. Both the warrant and the regular will run up like days or a day or so before the merger.
That's what I was about to ask. What's the actual advantage? Okay, got you.
You have to keep up.
So can you sell
keep
it?
up with it. Yes, you can sell it. Yeah, you can sell it. Yeah, you can sell it. You don't have to keep it all the way. Even after they merge, you can still sell the warrants because there's still people looking for it. Because I sold some the other day off the laser company, Veldor something. I sold some of my warrants the other day, and they merged from sometime last year.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Throwing away options or throwing away warrants are like options in a sort of sense.
I guess if you look at it, it's the option to be a full stock at a cheaper price because you pretty much are kind of like you're waiting to see if it's going to run up, So I guess kind of, sort of. It's like an option to say like, yeah, you're going to get the stock later on. You may not have the $10 now, but you may have $2. And as I said, I used it where I bought X amount of warrants, sold some, took profits, and then paid to buy other stock, paid to execute the warrants into full stocks. So give or take, different things. The one for Shill, it ran up all the way to like $25 for the warrant, and I paid like $8 and something, and it ran up to $25.
That's some good info right there.
That sound like good money to me.
For real. So we got 2 more tickers or 3 more tickers. No, 2 more tickers. So Hero, that's an ETF or EFT. I think it's ETF. I always say it wrong because I'm used to saying the other one for work. But LaRonda, you want to talk about it? That's the gaming ETF, right?
Right, it's the gaming ETF. I honestly just ran across it and was like, And when I bought into it, it was like I bought 1 share because I wasn't sure. I think it was like 15, and today it's up to 30. So
I'm glad I'm not the only one who only buys one or 2
I
shares.
cashed in on the
Thank you.
contract.
Thank you.
I had an option on them.
yeah, I bought 1 share, but I did do a couple options, and the other one I found was BERO, which is
BERO or
buyer. I'm sorry, U.
Okay.
BERU. I can't read my own hand right now.
Don't worry, I got typos all over here. Don't matter.
What was
it's
that
a
first one?
biopharmaceutical.
Hero, HERO.
Thank you.
So all time high on Hero is right now. So they are like at $32.18. Yeah, so that's their all-time high. They're a newer stock, but they seem to be doing the same place. Yep. And what was the other ticker?
BERO, and I'm not sure if we talked about this one before.
BERU.
Yeah, BERU. Yeah.
BERU, so that's different. Okay.
Yes, and it's a oncology biopharmaceutical company. They work on developing, different medications and female condoms and internal condoms, that sort of stuff. They're in, I think, phase 2 of a men metastatic castration, and a couple other. There are like 3 different experimental phase 2, but most of them is male and female reproductive. And I think when I bought into it was $5 a share.
Wow.
It's $9.57, $9.51 right now, and it's on a dip. So
it's on a dip now.
Yeah.
It's been I want to say I traded maybe the last 2 weeks, and it was rolling. But there was more news coming out about the trials, going into phases of their trial. So, and apparently they're doing very well.
Okay. And they do have really nice option prices too. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
She just reminded me of another ETF that I have. It's kind of new. It's I thought it was consumer cyclical online retail ETF iBuy, and they've been running hard. I just have a hard share.
Yeah, they've been doing good.
Yeah, I think they hit.
They're at 123.20. They're at 123.56 right now.
So,
and that is the high. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it hit it again today. So I just have hard shares. I don't have any. I don't even know if it has. Does it have options?
It does have options.
I don't know. Hold up.
It does. I'm looking at it.
Low volume. And not a lot of them, but well, I'm looking in March, but still, yeah. So let me retype this up. CJ, you got the eyes. What you want? Not like that, but
yeah, I'm about to say, hit me on Facebook. You know what I mean?
With CJ at all. You got to be specific.
No, y'all was when y'all was talking about the female condoms. That's all I heard. I said, "What the fuck y'all talking about?"
Oh,
I'm jumping on that.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah.
Just you think it's safe. You think it's safe to let CJ in the conversation. There he starts.
See?
That's how that go.
That's
I'm jumping on all that.
So I guess at a point where we are about to transition ourselves into the webinar after the webinar. maybe if there's anyone who has any more tickers or any questions about anything that has been said, or anything that if you are interested in Buy the Hood or any of those things, please reach out to the person who invited you tonight to have them go over what is available. If you're interested in the reports, if you're interested in anything like that, everyone on Leslie's team has affiliates links. We can all help you in one way or another. So whoever invited you tonight, get back to them and ask them any other questions that you might have. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait though. We went so far into the other stuff. We didn't get to the options challenge, the whole bag, and none of that. So do we have a little bit of time for that, ladies, or where are we with that? Y'all good with staying for the rest of the information, or ladies and gentlemen? Because
we did talk about the first challenge, the $1 million challenge. Jimmy touched on it.
Okay.
We didn't talk about the whole bag challenge, but that's also a part of Buy the Hood.
Okay.
So if they're not in Buy the Hood, they're not going to have access.
They're not going to get that. Okay.
The data. So
okay.
Feel free to hit the affiliate link.
And just for clarity, the compounding challenge that the women had going on before Buy the Hood has been migrated into the Buy the Hood challenge. Am I correct with that? I don't really have all the answers to that.
Need the official from Leslie, but I think so.
Right. Leslie, where you at? Is she still here?
Yeah, she here. She here.
Leslie, come and talk to us, please.
I'm doing all 3 challenges in different accounts. So, I mean, I'm still doing everything.
Okay. So we have, okay, sorry. Who that?
Stephanie.
Yeah, I have one question. What's the whole bag challenge?
I'm laughing because the name sounds
right,
so crazy.
Rochelle, is she here? Rochelle is one of the people that said she's the champion of the whole bag challenge.
I truly feel like that's gonna be one. It's gonna be something that you have to be in the group for. It's gonna be it's a little hard to explain, kind of, but there's a young lady that's in the group. She looks at tickers at 350, and she tries to get into something like just before the market closes. And then,
wait a minute. This something like
she holds it overnight.
Buy either the combo course or the combo course and the precious metal sports.
Leslie.
Wait a minute.
Wow, that's a long list of tickers. I'm cooking, y'all. Y'all know that's
So we got one question, and we in the middle of an explanation, right? So question and clarification of the former or current women's group compounding challenge, because I do think that we should still do that and talk about that for the women that are not yet in, not just women, whoever's just not yet in Buy the Hood, because they're not going to have access to the other two.
Let me say this real quick. We have a women's chat where we started out with the intention of doing our compounding challenge. I made my first effort at kind of reeling us back in today. But I just, everything kind of fell in my lap, and it is surreal because it's just kind of perfect for the time. But I am going to try to participate in Buy the Hood's challenge, but for anybody who is not prepared to invest in Buy the Hood or to join that community, you're more than welcome to join our women's chat, and I will do my level best to keep us focused on our compounds and our trading. And as a bunch of ladies are good at putting contracts in there, and double checking on how we're doing on our 15% every week. So if you're not ready to invest in Buy the Hood, which I obviously suggest that you all do, because there's the compounding challenge and just so much more, then just get added to our women's chat. And we've got some traders at every level in there. But at the end of the day, no matter what level you're at, as long as you can execute an options trade, I feel like you can make some progress in that chat.
So
hey Leslie. I'm sorry. I joined while we was on the call.
Okay.
Put me in the
Where did you get
women's
the
chat.
link? Where did you get the link?
I got it from out the
Michelle,
chat.
check your inbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say,
Yeah,
Leslie,
so
you
put me
know it's
down with
me.
everything. I want parts of the women's chat. I want
So listen,
the
I was
Bobbyhood group chat. I want all the chats. I want covered calls.
You
I want
you
all.
can't be in the women's chat. You
ecstatic
can't
about.
be in the women's chat. I'm just gonna tell you like
Why
that.
not?
You can't be in the women's chat
Calm down.
I'm
because you're
staying for
not a
the after
woman.
party.
You can't
I'm here for the
Listen, we
women's
have a
after
you're
party.
co-ed chat.
not. We getting ready to kick
You
you
in the
out.
after party,
Actually,
but you're not a woman.
right?
If you didn't
I
listen,
like
real quick,
being a
guys,
woman.
because I'm about to burn our food over here.
You fixing me a plate though. Oh,
You know,
Yeah, where my
Right?
plate at?
you sure?
Yeah, I want my plate. I want a
listen,
plate.
So
you know I
listen,
ain't that far.
a couple things that I want to address real quick. We got a lot of things. We're capable of a lot of things, and we have a lot of things in our sights, right? So I obviously, based on what we've been doing for the last 35 weeks here, would like to see us all start to delve into precious metals investing and real estate investing and that velocity banking and using credit and using life insurance as a stream of income. So I hope that, and quite frankly, a lot of that stuff is available in the Buy the Hood group. So with that being our objective, I would like to see everybody in the Buy the Hood group at some point. If not, just keep coming back here. I'm ecstatic about the way that this co-ed thing has gone. I was kind of skeptical about it, but with that said, we will, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but we will start to do this every week on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to invite the gentleman back again. And for now, we'll continue to do our Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the ladies. And there's no excuse why everyone should not get rich off of being here, just being associated with these webinars alone. And if there's something that you feel like you're lacking in terms of the basics, my first suggestion is always to invest in yourself by taking a course. You ain't got to take the course that I'm promoting, but take a course and then come on back. Or utilize us. I think that everybody that I'm associated with now has a really giving spirit and a collaborative and collective spirit, and we want to see everybody win. There's a small group of us that are completely dedicated to getting quote unquote free this year. So we would like to see you guys as a part of that at some point this year or next year, because when that 0.0011 cent stock hits $1 and I'm going, there are going to be women and men coming after me that know more than I know, to keep this thing going. And I feel like we really have something good going here, and I look forward to seeing you all back on Sunday and again next Tuesday. And also look forward to Tech Thursdays, which is going to be our kind of intro webinar to technical analysis. And we're supposed to start that up the first Thursday of February. And we'll do that every Thursday until somebody gets tired. And probably incorporate a chat with that for those of you that feel like you want to incorporate technical analysis into the fundamental stuff that you'll learn in Buy the Hood University or that you have learned in Abacus University. And other than that, unless anybody has any questions for me, I'm about to go take this food out the oven.
So I just want to go over. Go ahead, Brent.
I'm sorry. That penny stock that's going to $1. What's that ticker on that one again?
SAMP.
SAMP. I'm gonna put it in the chat one more time real quick.
Oh shit, I typed that wrong.
Yes.
And I have been unsuccessful trying to buy it on Fidelity for 2 days now, but people have had success buying it on TD Ameritrade, and I believe even E-Trade. I'm gonna get it tomorrow by any means necessary.
I
Yes,
got it on
E-Trade, definitely. E-Trade will do it for you. I just bought mine today on E-Trade.
Yeah, I just went and bought my Zime.
Anybody
Listen,
buy
this
it?
whole time we were talking about Zime, I didn't know Zime was only $1.70. So, whew.
Yeah.
What's that ticker?
No, XOM.
XOM.
Nah, ZOM.
Yeah, when did we talk about that today? Where have been?
We talked about that earlier.
I don't have that one.
XOM is what's the name?
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
it's in the chat. Some people was talking about it. It's in the chat.
No, they said DOM.
Listen,
No, X.
Listen. I'm sorry, guys. I need to say this. I need to say this.
Wait, y'all. Look, be quiet.
Wait, I need to say this real quick because we don't generally advertise our webinars publicly so much for a lot of reasons that you guys don't even need to know tonight. If you want to get the link to the Sunday Coed webinar, hit up the person who invited you here and they will have it. As soon as you guys are done here, I'm going to log into my Zoom account and create the link for Sundays. Get it from the person that invited you here. All right.
That would be you. That would be you for me, right, Leslie?
Yes, ma'am. Or the 100 other people that you know, whoever.
Okay.
All right,
I'll be
y'all.
looking for it.
I'll be in and out.
Okay, so this concludes our webinar for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming and spending time with us and growing and learning together. This has been magnificent, man. I was loving it. Thanks to the guys for being our special guests tonight. And I guess I get to be the one because I asked, right? And Leslie said she didn't do it, but she's gone. So, men, we appreciate you being here, but it's time for girl time. And since you all are not girls, we're going to humbly ask you all to disconnect from the...
We excellent building. Thank you for having
This is sexist, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, we're not
It
going
absolutely is. It's feminist, and we okay with that. Yeah.
We got your whole chat popping. You know what I mean? The whole webinar probably you want to kick us off. Like,
No, we was popping before you got here, though.
Right.
We was popping
Listen.
before you got here, though.
No, it's more popping with me.
Nah, we've been popping. We've been popping way before you was here.
More
35 weeks.
Nah.
35 weeks popping.
35
Nah,
weeks
popping. Popping way before y'all got here.
But we'll see you on Sunday, though. We'll see you on
Sunday.
Sunday.
The whole night.
That you will. Talking, you was the one that was trying to get him here with us. Like,
no, I was trying to stick with my team leader. You know what I'm saying? And she ditched me. That's all it was.
Oh, wow.
Can somebody turn off the recording?
Right.
Let me see the host. Jasmine and Leslie are the hosts. Les?
Yes, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to turn it off for 1 second. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So, CJ, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Robert.
All right, good
Robert,
night.
we love